to do it, and Gabriella's like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I don't sing. I'm not a freaky genius girl, and I'm definitely not a freaky singer girl.
So, dude, you know that school musical thing? Troy. The music in those shows isn't hip-hop, okay, or rock. It's like show music.
Yeah, and you guys would never do anything like sing show music, right? And then cut to them singing the hardest show music in this entire movie. That's the funny thing about this movie. Since it's a movie about a musical, there are several characters in this movie that are opposed to musicals. So it is a little jarring to see those characters seemingly completely unaware that they are literally singing and dancing right now. But on the other hand, I guess it would also be weird if they didn't sing when everyone else was. At the end, when they're all singing, we're all in this together, Corbin Blue's just standing around like, this is lame. There's two parts in the song though where Troy like stops rapping to sing from the heart about how he wants to do the musical.
She makes this feel so right. Should I go for it?
What do you mean she makes this feel so right? And should I go for it? Gabriella doesn't want to do the musical. It was your idea, and she said no. Don't drag her into this. This girl's making me crazy. No, you're crazy. You already were, and then you met a girl. That's what happened. Also, Zac Efron is and the like. But also, what is the third result there? Gabriella, San Diego Zoo's newest... What? What is Gabriella at the San Diego Zoo? Ryan's like, oh, that's interesting. Look, it says here she's a dolphin. That's funny. Now that I think about it, I can't believe I never noticed. After basketball practice, it's time for Troy to go home and relax. Just kidding. It's time for more basketball. Come on, Troy. Fake left. Take the ball downtown.
Did you ever think about trying something new, but we're afraid of what your friends might think?
I mean, like going left? You're doing fine. Come on.
Troy's dad has one thing in his mind, and it is one basketball just bouncing around like the DVD logo. I want to see a movie about him and how hard his life must be. I do like that this movie keeps the tradition alive of Disney Channel movie characters being inexplicably rich. His dad is a high school basketball coach and they live in a mansion. What does the mom do? She an arms dealer? Also, he says something new, like going left.
I mean, like going left?
When in Get Your Head in the Game, Troy clearly says coach said to fake right and break left. He already said to do that. That's not new. That's what he already does. So... found a plot hole. Next, gone. Wow, where'd he go? Pay no attention to the fact that as he turns the corner, he probably fully saw Troy like... Meanwhile, Troy's dad is just standing there like, huh, that's weird. Could have sworn I saw basketball. Now, when we see the auditions, it becomes immediately clear that while Ryan and Sharpay are basically made out to be the villains of this movie because they're so overprotective of their theater department, they are completely in the right to do so. Not because their audition is really good, which it actually is, but because everyone else's is so bad.
It's hard to believe
that I couldn't sneeze.
It seems that no one else in this entire school can even sing. It seems like they actually don't even have a concept of what music is. So like, yeah, I would actually be hoping I got the lead too. It is funny how they all act like they can't sing, and then anytime there's like an actual musical number as part of the movie, every member of the student body sings their heart out like the Renters do. What's going on there? So Troy shows up to audition, and then Gabriella shows up too. I guess, turns out she actually did want to audition. I don't know. I don't know if Troy threatened her or what, but she shows up. But they are too late to the actual audition, so they don't get to audition in time, but they stick around afterwards and just sing an audition anyway. And Miss Darbus, the director, hears them and decides, you know what, you guys get a call back. Understandably so, she's working with a very small talent pool. Here comes two people who know what a song is. She's got to hold on to that. As you can see here, the pain is manifesting itself in Troy physically here, as he can't even shoot a basket without experiencing immense physical trauma. Aren't basketball players supposed to be good under pressure? Especially the captain of the team. Seems like this whole movie we've seen nothing short of the psychological unraveling of Troy because he sang with a girl one time.
Hey, we just had another team meeting.
We just had another team meeting, man, and we just wanted to say... we forgot about JJ Buckets Jenkins, class of 1984. Does that change your mind? So later, Troy sneaks up onto Gabriella's balcony. Again, huge house, no explanation, to try to win her back.
This could be the start of something new. It feels so right to be here with you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember this part being so pitchy, but this actually is Zac Efron's voice.
Here with you.
Yeah, this is very uncomfortable. Can we get Drew Seeley in here, please?
Start of something new. It's a pairs audition.
Saying it's a pairs audition kind of implies like I would audition without you if I could. I guess Troy meant what he said earlier to the webcam. He really does not care about Gabriella. He just wants to be in the musical.
Gabriella is not important.
You might make the mistake like I did when I watched this as a kid of thinking this is kind of like a Romeo and Juliet story about Troy and Gabriella. And it is a Romeo and Juliet story, but Gabriella is not Juliet. Juliet is just the musical. Can't help but feel like all that screaming at you and making you play basketball until your hands bleed has had some kind of negative effect on you. But all I want in life is for you to be happy. While playing basketball, I am still demanding that.
Thanks, Coach. Dad.
Let's stick with Coach unless you win, all right? Sharpay and Ryan try to throw another wrench into Troy and Gabriella's plans of attending the callbacks for the musical by getting the callbacks changed to the exact same time as not only Troy's championship basketball game, but also Gabriella's decathlon tournament. So the gang has to create a diversion. That way they can make all three events. So Gabriella and her turn off the lights at the basketball game. Then they create I get why everyone called her a freaky genius girl at her last school. I think she deserved it. She's like, oh, we can use a chemical reaction. I did this at my last school. We just have to make sure we don't make it as strong this time. That way not as many people die. Not as many. So Troy and Gabriella get to do their callback, Breaking Free, classic song. And look, the whole school shows up. Even the opposing basketball team is there. They crush the audition, Troy heads back to the basketball game and they win that too. And then they all sing the big closing number of the movie, We're All in This Together. Wow, I guess they all learned a valuable lesson, except, hang on, don't sing and dance with them like you learned a valuable lesson. Get out. If Gabriella dropped dead right now, you would dance on her grave. And that's High School Musical 1. Many people lovingly remember Little Viking Boy from the first High School Musical movie. And while he rocketed to stardom in the wake of the first movie, his troubled life and fall from grace has been the subject of many concerned Twitter threads in the 19 years since. Do you know why I pulled you over today, sir? Huh? I said, do you know why I pulled you over? You're all over the road. Huh? All right, you want to play tough, asshole? That's fine. Huh? All right, step out of the vehicle, take off that helmet.
No, I can't take this off. It's a birth defect. It's part of my body.
Are you drunk?
I don't know, huh? Let's think about that. Does crack get you drunk? Let's think about that for a second. Let's all think. Does crack get you drunk?
After 15 DUIs and 3 counts of kidnapping exotic animals, Little Viking Boy was sentenced to life in prison. Authorities claim that it's here he became head of an extremist religious cult. His followers helped him escape in 2023, and his current whereabouts are unknown. Although he does occasionally post to Instagram to frantically proclaim the end is near, or post a brand deal.
Every morning I wake up and I drink 6 bangs.
High School Musical premiered to 7.7 million viewers, a record that has only been broken a handful of times in the nearly 20 years since. But one of my favorite things to come out of the success of this movie, which I totally forgot about until I was making this video, was the live concert. I forgot about this until I went to the library to check out the DVDs for the 3 movies, and they happened to have a DVD of the recording of High School Musical in concert. This feels pretty unusual even to this day for a Disney Channel movie to put together a live touring concert featuring the actual cast of the movie, selling out arenas with audiences in the tens of thousands around the world. But it wasn't the whole cast, actually. Zac Efron couldn't be there because he had a commitment. He was filming Hairspray at the time. So who did they get to fill in for him?
Living in my own world, didn't understand.
It's Drew Seeley! Drew Seeley! I'm sure they advertised the fact that Zach wasn't going to be there and Drew would be in his place, but I have to imagine every concert, there were like 1 or 2 kids that were like, what the fuck? Zach looks different in person. With all the success of the first movie, they had to crank out a sequel fast, which they did, releasing High School Musical 2 in August of 2007. And you might think it would be impossible for them to catch lightning in a bottle twice, but oh baby did they. What time is it? Sequel time. High School Musical 2 is often regarded as the best High School Musical movie. Out of any High School Musical movie, this one has the most moments that have lived on in the cultural zeitgeist even today. The movie starts just as the school year is ending. The musical is long over, so if you were expecting to see, get that out of your head right now, you're never gonna see that musical. One of the first things I noticed is that despite only a few months having passed from the events of the first movie, Troy looks drastically different. His hair is much darker, he has a different haircut so you can see his ears now, but most strikingly of all, his eyes have somehow become more blue.
You're actually listening?
His eyes were already pretty blue in the first movie, but they're piercing in this film. It is scary. Get some contacts, you freeze. The class immediately erupts in celebration. They throw their papers in the air, start dancing around, and did Chad just kiss his teacher on the neck? Yeah, he just kissed Miss Darbus on the neck. That's too far. Luckily, it doesn't look like she cared. She's just vibing.
Good to be chilling out.
We finally get to hear Zac Efron actually sing in this song, and I hate to admit it, but he sounds pretty good. I'm sorry, Drew. Your services are no longer needed. The song ends. There's silence. Why does he do that? Now, the trouble in this movie begins because Troy wants to make some extra cash this summer. His parents are making him pay for college, despite them clearly being very wealthy, taking vacations at ski resorts and living in a literal mansion. This post-workout scene has a lot of gems, like Mr. Bolton's insanely long shorts. Dude is criminally insecure about his knees. Also, Troy about to drink from an entire gallon of milk from the fridge. And then he gets a phone call revealing that his ringtone is "Get Your Head in the Game." Uh-oh. Is that a real song in this universe? So in the first movie, it seemed like Sharpay might have had a little crush on Troy, but in this movie, she's got a big crush on Troy. She's like, he's the most popular guy in school, and I think I'm the most popular girl in school. It's a match made in heaven. So she pulls some strings at her family's country club to get Troy a summer job there. The only catch is Troy requests to get like the entire school hired, and somehow that works. So Troy shows up, the girl who loves to hip-hop dance got a job there. You got Vanessa Hudgens' stunt double working there.
Mrs. Montez, it would seem your lunch break does not start for 3.5 minutes.
In order to keep the conflict of this movie moving along, they have to make it seem like they are just kids. So some of the insane demands that their job is asking of them is just like, hey, can you show up to work on time and make sure you clock out at the end of your shift? And the entire student body of East High is like, we're in prison! They're not gonna pay us until we provide a service? What kind of dystopian universe is this? Mr. Fulton is 100% correct to be strict, by the way. Several times throughout this movie, he catches them doing things they're very clearly not supposed to be doing. Like, if I was a basketball recruiter and I saw that championship game, I would be more concerned about the lights going out and then everybody leaving at the same time to watch and then come back and win the game like nothing happened. And then also how they all sang a song after that. That's what I would be concerned about. But yeah, I'm sure he played well too.
You know, between the two of us here, we pull a little weight over at the school.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I'm not really sure what prompts that reaction. They're like, you know, we could do a lot of great things for your future. We really want to help you, Troy. And he's like, I don't know. I'm getting the fuck out of here, guys. See ya. If that were Mr. Bolton there instead of Troy right now, he'd be barking like a dog.
Pay's dad let me play a few holes and then invited me to dinner with some U of A alumni.
Really?
Oh, wait, Troy's dad is fixing up a car. Look, he has other hobbies. Good for him. Granted, he is propping up the hood of the car with a basketball, and there's more basketball and hoops in the background. And I do kind of feel like if we could see what he's working on, there would just be 5 basketballs where the engine is supposed to be, but it's a step in the right direction. Troy's dad, surprisingly, is all for Troy going for the basketball scholarship.
Nothing wrong with keeping your eye on the prize.
And that's great. I totally agree with that. Troy should capitalize on these opportunities he's been given, but he should try to make his girlfriend and his friends a priority too. However, that is not what Troy does. Dancing. I don't dance. This song is great, but tell me why at the end of the song, Ryan and Chad are wearing each other's clothes. Because they don't ever address that. It's such a confusing part of the movie. Why did they change clothes? When did they get naked? So I was confused about this, so I actually went looking and I found an article where the 2 actors explained what happened. The outfit swap was actually suggested by director Kenny Ortega. Quote, he had the on-the-fly idea at the last minute, Blue said. We had already done 1 take of that scene and he did the usual thinking gesture and said, switch outfits. Bro was cooking. Bro was, I don't know what he was cooking, but bro was cooking something.
Hey. We missed out on a fun night.
Hold up.
What? Troy, respectfully, I think you have a lot more to worry about than your golf swing. That's not what this song is about, is it? Guess it's kind of vague. Oh yeah, dude. You know, powerful lyrics aside, I actually have no clue what he's decided on at the end of this song. He's kind of just like, you can bet on me. I'm gonna end up on top. I got this. And it's like, what are you actually gonna do though? Are you gonna get Gabriella back? Are you gonna do the talent show? He's like, no, I was just gonna stand on top of this mountain for the rest of the summer, actually. No one can be mad at me up here. The end of this movie is messed up. Sharpay actually turns her act around. She previously got the Wildcats banned. God, it's gotten too bad. I gotta step in. The last song of this movie is called All for One. I don't know, I kind of feel like they lost a little bit of inspiration at the end here. Kind of feels like they forgot what moral they were working towards for the end of this one, and they were like, and we're all together in this one also. And the movie ends with Gabriella wooing several times while looking over at Troy for approval. And that's the end of the movie. And now I'm very excited to watch the third movie. But before I do, there's something I need to address. I feel like there's something deeply wrong in these movies. And I feel like I'm finally starting to get a handle on it. These movies, like, they don't really feel like musicals. And it took me a while to figure out why. So to explain it to you, we're gonna have to go back to medieval Europe.
In a French town in 1518, some 400 people became inexplicably overcome by an urge to dance. They did so for weeks on end.
This dancing plague, as it was later coined, lasted for months and only ended when participants were either so exhausted that they collapsed or so exhausted that they were dead. Authorities tried to stop the dancing, even hiring musicians to play vigorously to try to help them get all the dancing out of their system. This, of course, made things much worse.
This event has baffled scientists and historians for years. But many believe it could be the result of a particular type of food poisoning.
Yeah, crops like rye can end up growing a type of fungus that basically makes you crazy.
Could it be that this is what's happening at East High?
In the High School Musical universe, the characters, they sing and they dance, and at first you might think this is just like any other musical. The characters aren't really spontaneously breaking into song, it's more an artistic depiction of how they're feeling.
But a closer look reveals something shocking.
Like at the karaoke party. Now you might think that a moment like Get Your Head in the Game is totally different. You know, that song doesn't really exist within this universe. But what is Troy's ringtone in the second movie?
But how could an entire school become poisoned by a rare fungus? This man, who convinced us he had relevant qualifications, believes it could have been a certain freaky genius girl.
It could be that by growing a fungus in a lab, Gabriella was able to manufacture a sort of singing and dancing craze to control Troy, who I'm pretty sure would have never done all of that stuff had he not been under some kind of drug-induced hysteria. After all, Troy is so cool and singing is for weirdos. So it could be the fungus, or maybe Gabriella's some kind of fucking witch.
The High School Musical bonus soundtrack, like Coach Bolton's Crisis.
What's up, guys? I'm 16. I'm the new player on the basketball team. I'm really excited to play. Yeah, Mr. Bolton, we know it's you.
And Gabriella's on the news.
A little boy drowned in the pool.
Oh no!
A little boy drowned in the pool.
No!
Where was the lifeguard? Having a picnic.
And a preview of the finale song from High School Musical 3. We're all friends together with each other.
We're all together at the end again, and we're friends.
We're still friends.
And classmates.
We go to school together.
We learned a lesson, and now we're gonna switch clothes.
Gift from the guy.
High School Musical 2 broke the premiere record that the first High School Musical had just set. Instead of 7 million viewers, this one had 17 million viewers. So of course, they had to make a third one. High School Musical 3, Senior Year. The only one in the franchise with a subtitle. Now, outside of the fact that they're all seniors in this movie, which I can tell by the title of the film, I actually know next to nothing about this one. I've never seen it. Yeah, I know I made it sound like I was a really big High School Musical fan, but by the time the third one came out, I was 14. And unlike the first two, this one came out in theaters. And as a freshman in high school, I was much too embarrassed to ask my friends if they would go see a High School Musical movie in theaters with me. So I decided it would be way less embarrassing if I waited until I was 30 years old to watch it for the first time in front of millions of people. And we're back at East High, baby. Zach's playing basketball. There's a dog in the crowd. Is this an Air Bud crossover? Zach's like, oh, my head's just not in the game tonight. Can we get in the sub? This gold lab comes in and just slam dunks it a couple times. The movie opens on the Wildcats with their backs against the wall. It's the championship game. They're behind, and there's only 16 minutes left. Whoa, Mr. Bolton rocking a middle part. That's new. Mr. Bolton gives a speech about how there's only 16 minutes left.
There's 16 minutes left.
And then they sing a song about how there's only 16 minutes left. Ooh, a song about there being 16 minutes left in a game. We're getting very specific with these songs. I think they're starting to run out of ideas. This is the last time to make Dad proud. If I don't, then he never will be. Hell yeah, he won the championship game. Again. I'm noticing right away that this movie is like much higher production value than the other two. I'm curious to see the budget on this bad boy, because this movie looks like they actually like lit it. The other two just kind of look like they set up cameras and started filming, but there's lights in this one. So now they're having like the biggest high school rager ever, and they expect us to believe that they're not insanely rich. I'm pretty sure this is in Troy's backyard.
Hey, Troy. Great house, bro. Your room is way cool.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
You were in my room?
Well, yeah. I just took a picture.
Yeah, just took a picture of your room, man. He's a secret agent for the IRS. He's like, how did your family get so rich?
So, another top secret hiding place.
You're the second girl I've ever had up here.
Yeah, it is top secret. I couldn't even see it up there. Just looks like a regular tree to me. It's here we find out that while Troy is a shoo-in for the basketball team at U of A, Gabriella's already been accepted to Stanford. I sense a conflict in the movie. Troy's going to University of Albuquerque to play basketball, and Gabriella is going to learn how to create the singularity at Stanford. So they sing a song about cherishing the present moment. Did they like challenge themselves to make a song with no dancing in this one? They're like, what if we just sat for a whole song? Oop, now he's up. Oh, that was it. That was the whole dance. Nah, it doesn't work with this song.
Juilliard is considering 4 of you for 1 available scholarship. Sharpay Evans, Mr. Ryan Evans, Miss Kelsey Nielsen, and lastly, Mr. Troy Bolton.
What?
Julia.
Since when does that guy have a evil cackle? I mean, I was surprised too, but that guy threw his head back and squealed. Did he submit his name to Juilliard as some kind of evil plan to get him killed? They're trying to come up with some ideas for the spring musical, which I'm just now realizing they write every year. Like, they don't do a pre-existing musical. They write their own musical every year.
All of you will create it.
That's why in the first movie they call Kelsey the composer. She literally writes the musical. Isn't that crazy? But to get some ideas, Miss Darbus asks the seniors about their future.
Your future.
It's easy. It's U of A. Hoops all the way.
Yeah.
Miss McKessie.
Is University of Albuquerque like a really good school for basketball? I feel like I've never heard of them before. All the basketball players are like, we gotta get to U of A, man. It seems like that's just like the closest college that has a basketball team. Meanwhile, Gabriella's going to Stanford, Sharpay's going to Juilliard, and they're like, I don't know, we can go play basketball down the street. For the record, the reason I've never heard of the University of Albuquerque is because it's a Catholic liberal arts school that actually closed in 1986. So I guess these characters live in some sort of alternate dimension where it stayed open and went on to become a basketball powerhouse.
Mr. Bolton. Mr. Bolton.
Yeah,
All of a sudden, he doesn't know if he wants to go to Juilliard or U of A. See, he really never did care about Gabriella. He just wants to sing. Somebody just let this kid sing. Just tell him it's okay.
Imagine having everything.
Jeez, that song started so abruptly. No intro, no build up. It's kind of scary. Oh, this is a look into some kind of strange alternate future where Troy chose neither basketball or Juilliard and became a stalker. I want that to be how this movie ends. Troy choosing between 2 incredible futures, and instead he just throws his life away. It's like, I can't decide. I don't fucking know.
Miss D said that there's only 1 scholarship. There's 2 of us.
Wait, they're doing this to compete for a scholarship? Not even just a place at Juilliard? If I know anything about these two, it's that they can both afford to go to Juilliard. Why do they need to take the scholarship away from somebody else?
Which one do you think I should wear?
Well, I've never been asked to a prom, but this almost sounds like an invitation.
Did she say she's never been asked to prom? What about last year? They were dating last year. Troy didn't want to go to prom with her. His dad was probably making him run basketball drills. The only place you're going, Troy, is downtown with the ball. Make sure you bring the ball. Time for another song about how much Troy and Gabriella love each other. There's already like 2 very sentimental songs between these two. They are really setting us up for heartbreak, I feel. And also just spending like an unnecessary amount of time being like, these two are in love, okay? don't forget that they're in love. That way, when whatever happens, we're gonna all be sad, all right? So that way, when Troy picks U of A and Gabriella gets hit by a bus, it's gonna be sad. I think they're gonna end up going to the same college. They couldn't possibly end this entire series by being like, they didn't actually like each other that much. They're just gonna call it quits.
Where's our clothes? Yo, Rocket Man.
Why do I feel like they're about to haze these kids?
You know, we weren't just given these lockers. We had to earn them. Right.
Oh, they're definitely about to haze these kids. Now drink this entire bottle of Absolute. That'd be a crazy twist in this movie. Just a little hazing. Troy is not better than doing some hazing.
Oh, I thought I heard you. I was just making some snacks inside. Are you guys hungry?
Only if it's your brownies.
I've had them.
Bring those out here.
Could you take me after school to check out that tuxedo?
Tuxedo? For what?
For prom.
Oh, honey. If that's what you call an invitation, you'll be dancing with yourself.
He's like, okay. I wasn't inviting you. I'm gonna ask Miss Darbus. Then comes a song about getting ready for prom featuring, I think, the funniest moment in any of these movies.
I think this tux is too baggy, too tight, it makes me look weird.
Yeah, this movie's kind of funny, man. Makes me look weird.
Do I want classic or vintage or plaid?
I like that they're like, should I wear plaid or ruffles or a really old suit? And it's like, no, you should wear, just go to Men's Warehouse and ask for a prom tuxedo. Should I wear the ugliest thing that you've ever seen? No, just go. Just tell them you're going to prom and they'll just give you the most generic tux you've ever seen. This reminds me of when I was a senior in high school and I was getting ready to go for prom, and I sang this song called It's Gonna Be the Night to Remember, and me and all my boys got dressed up in weird suits and danced around on the stage. This is kind of just like that, actually. Let's dance! Am I crazy, or is there like actually too much music in this movie? I feel like the plot is kind of moving at a snail's pace, because every 2 minutes there's a song, and it's like, here's what's going on right now. We're thinking about going to prom. We're Troy and Gabriella. We like each other. Also, the stakes feel very low right now. What am I supposed to be worried about right now? Troy is like, I don't know what college I want to go to. And Gabriella's like, I also have choices to make.
I still have decisions to make too.
And she has not elaborated. And so I don't know what I'm supposed to be worried about. Now they're at some kind of junkyard. Just hanging out at a junkyard. As if we've always known that this is what they do.
You see what happens when you do a show? You're like 5 people.
Yeah, but what's so bad about that, man? We used to come here as kids, we'd be 10 people.
Yeah, I remember that, because they used to talk about that in all the other movies, how they used to come to the junkyard.
Take it back to the place where you know it all began.
Finally, the boys are back at the junkyard. So that we had a song establishing that Troy and Gabriella are in love. Now we have a song establishing that Troy and Chad are friends. This kind of reminds me of senior year in high school when I danced around in the junkyard with my best friend, and we sang a song about how the boys are back. It's weirdly similar, actually. Whoa! The junk men who live in the junkyard are here. What's going on? What if Troy and Chad turn around and see them, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck? Who are you?
Maybe I'll just stay here next year. Stay in Albuquerque? That makes no sense.
And why do I always have to make sense?
Why do I always have to make sense? Why can't sometimes I just say,
Are we gonna, tell me about this? Juilliard.
The only dad to ever be pissed off that his son is getting considered for a scholarship at one of the most prestigious colleges in the country.
Hey. Troy, come on.
Ah, damn, he's too fast. Get back here. The director for that scene was like, okay, how could you guys like run away but also walk away at the same time? Oh no, he's going crazy again. Painful. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of A Grown Man Spends 20 Minutes Making Fun of a Movie for Kids. You may have noticed something a little bit different. There's a microphone in the frame. I got a new stand for my microphone, and apparently the only way I can get it like close enough to me is by having it slightly in frame. So I hope this isn't super distracting. This would be kind of a crazy way for like one of those faceless YouTubers to film videos.
What's up, guys?
So today we're going to be talking about Zapped. And after watching this movie, I'm starting to think that the writers of Disney Channel original movies are not capable of writing a movie that's not about a teenager trying to control the opposite sex and mold them and craft them to their liking. You got Pixel Perfect, a movie about creating like the perfect girl pop star. How to Build a Better Boy, pretty self-explanatory in the title on that one. And then you got this movie Zapped, which is about Zendaya discovering that her dog training app can actually train boys to obey. Sorry? It can train boys to obey her every command. It's not actually Zendaya. She's not playing herself. It's Zendaya's playing a character named Zoe. I think that's probably pretty clear, but I just wanted to clear that up. This movie is full of dark magic. I'm convinced of it. There's something deeply sinister going on in this movie. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna figure it out. Let's go ahead and watch it. The movie starts out with Zendaya's character Zoe.
She is the most giving person I know.
Her speech starts off sweet, but then she immediately just starts like kind of complaining about having to live with 4 new guys because they're stinky.
4 guys and their mysterious odors that they always blame on the dog.
Yeah, she sort of takes the opportunity to complain and just make her mom, I guess, like feel bad for marrying a guy. It's the happiest day of her mother's life. And also this guy, her new stepdad, is the happiest day of his life. And her speech is like, I hate my new family, my new stinky family. And this wedding will certainly ruin my life. To make matters even worse, towards the end of her speech, in Disney movies, there's always like the distinct cliques, like there's the popular crowd, and then there's like the stoners, but they never say stoners in the Disney movie. They're just kind of like, these are like the kids who wear jean jackets. This movie has the most insane high school posses ever. You got the skateboard boys. Okay, that's pretty normal. The next group she sees are the shirtless workout boys. And then just the straight up stinky boys, where the only like defining characteristic is that they're dirty, flea-ridden, smelly boys. You can hear like flies flying around them. What clique is this supposed to be in high school? And then there's the popular group, one of whom is also pretty stinky himself, actually.
Oh.
Bird phone.
Oh.
The movie sort of writes this off as like, well, this is just something boys do, you know? New school, you gotta kind of accept what boys come with it, you know? Boys will be boys. No, that is actually not what boys do. That is something that just one very specific boy does.
It's me, I'm Trip.
And he needs to be stopped. I cannot remember a single moment in high school where a boy walked up to a girl, let alone like the new girl who's already like scared and doesn't know anyone and is like, hey, I'm gonna fart in your face now. Welcome to the school, smell my ass. But it's not all bad though. She does make a friend on her very first day. Hold up, this girl has a picture of a boy that goes to her school in her locker. Is that a thing? I remember in like middle school, girls would have pictures of like celebrity boys in their locker. Imagine seeing a picture of you in somebody else's locker. I'd feel like I was being hunted. It's weird to have his picture in your locker. It's even weirder in the movie when we find out that she also actually has pictures of him printed out on her pillows in her bed. Nope. That's scary. Imagine if they start dating, she's like FaceTiming him in bed, and she like accidentally tilts the camera a little bit to the side, and he just sees his own face next to her.
Wait, what was that? Is that me?
Of course, Zoe does have a love interest in this movie, and he is introduced early on. It's this guy. Every boy in the movie is depicted in a negative light except this guy, because this guy, he's not like, wow, he really is different than all the other guys. He knows about praying mantises. Most guys around this school don't know shit about bugs. Yeah, the movie really seems to depict this guy as like the way that guys should be. Guys shouldn't be stinky and messy, okay? Guys should wear beanie and sunglasses and know shit about bugs and be 35. I know I talk about this in like every Disney Channel original movie video that I make, but this guy literally looks like he's 30. Maybe he was held back for being too cool or not not being stinky enough. That seems to be a requirement at the school. He went on stage to accept his diploma and they shook his hand and they were like, wait a minute, why isn't your hand sticky? Actually, there's no flies flying around you. Get out of here, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. This just comes off as creepy to me. I guess this is supposed to be romantic, but it's not really romantic to me. Just scary.
I can see inside you.
Another one of the plot lines in this movie is that Zoe wants to join the dance team, but the girl who runs the dance team is like the popular mean girl. She doesn't want Zoe on the dance team because she's too good at dancing and it's gonna make her look bad or something. Anyway, by now you're probably wondering, when the frick does this app thing happen, right? When the frick does Zoe discover that the dog training app works on boys? Well, at first, it doesn't. Zoe's just trying to train the family dog because it's all just like the rest of the boys in the house. It's stinky. Gross. And it like destroys her room and shit. Breaks this thing that her dad gave to her. She downloads this app channel and lands in dog food. And from here on out, that app is now able to control boys. Any man or boy this app can control against their will.
Sit.
Ah! And at first, while watching this movie, I didn't even think it was that weird. I didn't even give it a second thought. I was just like, okay, yeah, so something magical happened and now it can control boys. That makes sense. But like, what? What happened to the phone? I don't understand how solar panels and satellite dish changes the app from dog-based to man-based. Like, you'd think at the very least something having to do with like men would happen to the phone. Like the phone lands in like a bucket of buffalo wings or like flies through a football field. I'm just curious to know if that fucked up other apps on the phone or if it's just the dog training app. Now whenever a boy likes one of my tweets, he goes into a coma for 3 years. And don't even get me started on the weather app, because every time I check that, boys start falling from the sky. Anyway, let's just say now that she's got the ability to control boys, she has a little bit of fun.
Boys are acting weird.
Dude, he farted twice in midair in such rapid succession. They added in 2 fart sound effects. Kind of impressive. I'm trying to imagine how she's gonna use the app to get herself out of this one. Stop farting. Take it back. Take the fart back. Suck it back up into your ass. Oh, how am I doing this? But no, she just uses the app to utterly humiliate him in front of his friends and make all the boys at the school act exactly how she wants them to. She turns the skater boys into gentlemen. She goes up to the nerdy gamer kids and tells them to like go do yoga instead of playing video games.
Let's go do some yoga.
And her brothers, dude, don't even get me started on what she does to her poor brothers. I'm taking the brothers' side, all right? They did nothing wrong. Her poor brothers were just living their lives until Zoe moved in and tries to fix them.
Be clean. Holy moly, it's filthy in here.
Her messy brother, she tells to be more clean, which turns him into this like hyper hygienic husk of his former self.
I need a sponge and soap and paper towels and a power washer.
For the rest of the movie, he's literally he's scrubbing everything frantically in a panic. Anytime there's a mess, he's like, I gotta clean it up. She tells the gross cooking boy to cook less gross stuff.
Start making less gross food.
So he's like cooking 5-star meals for the rest of the movie. And then the oldest brother, she tells him to be more focused. Boy is just like focused on inanimate objects for the rest of the movie. He's just like staring at a lamp or at the basketball net. She turns her own family into like mindless zombies. And she's like, this is better. This is nice. It's creepy, dude. It's eerie, this movie. In all honesty, dude, this show walked so that WandaVision could run. This is basically WandaVision. In fact, since they're both owned by Disney, I wouldn't be surprised if this was in the same universe. This is like a prequel to WandaVision. This is where she gets the idea. It's kind of funny how low the stakes are considering the power that she holds. She could like take over Wall Street. She could get rich. She could make anybody do what she wants. Any man. She could fix every war. Create world peace. In fact, I think her friend says that at one point in the movie. She's like, we could end every war with this. And Zoe's just like, yeah, we could, but I simply will not. I think it's more important that my brother stares at a lamp for the rest of his life. That's kind of the shit I'm on. Rules to this movie, the lore does not make sense. I guess that's just how Disney Channel movies go. In the end, everyone sort of learns that like, hey, girls have things that girls do that are weird to boys, and boys do things that are weird to girls. And that's just how we need to leave it. Which in some sense I would agree with. Not in this movie, though. The boys are disgusting in this movie. They need to change something about themselves. I think that there could be some middle ground between her mind controlling them and them just being utterly repulsive. Anyway, the moral of the story is like Zoe realizes that she is not God and should not have unilateral control over everyone's lives, and they all live happily ever after. Well, guys, we may never be able to control boys using our smartphones, but you know what we can control? Our money. Thanks to today's sponsor, Current. Do a flip. Do a backflip. Sit. Speak.
I love you, Father.
Good boy. That's right, guys. Today's video has been sponsored by Current. Current is the future of mobile banking. You guys have heard me talk about how awesome Current is before, how flexible they are, how transparent they are with things like no hidden fees. But today, I've got something new to talk about, and that's interest. Because Current just launched a new feature called Interest where you can earn 4% APY on your money. That's 4% for your money literally just sitting there. That's right, you don't gotta be throwing money at the stock market or buying NFTs and investing in cryptocurrency to get some return on your money. With Current's interest feature, you literally just get 4% for your money just sitting there. And as if that's not already enough reason to start using Current, I am once again going to be giving away $5,000 with Current's help. So go ahead, download Current, make an account, use the code DANNYINTEREST for a chance to win, and so you don't miss out on that 4%. Signing up for Current is totally free to do. You can do it right now. So honestly, there's really no reason not to. All right, well, thank you to Current for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Current. They've been a long-time sponsor of the channel. They've helped me do some amazing things, so make sure you check them out, and goodbye. Bye. Drew?
Hey, Danny.
What the hell are you doing here?
I was gonna watch your video.
The one that I'm about to film?
Yeah, I watch all your videos.
All right, well, I mean, do you want to come down here and be in it?
No, that's all right.
Okay, well, fine, that's okay. Sure.
Okay, I'll do it.
What's up, Greg? Welcome back to my YouTube channel here on youtube.gov. I'm here today, as you can see, with a very special guest.
Can't wait to see who the special guest is. I'm just kidding, guys. Or Danny? Danny, the camera's over there. You don't want to look at the camera right there. No blinking. No blinking. It's disrespectful.
Yeah, I got a special guest here, Drew Gooden. Everybody say hi. And I had kind of a fun idea to film for a video today. Today, we are going to be speed running conspiracy theory rabbit holes.
I don't want to look at a rabbit's hole. Can we start the video over?
I don't want to look at a rabbit's hole. I want to look at a rabbit's dick.
Yeah. Well, I'll look at the hole if it's attached to the dick. Mm-hmm. But not any other. Are we washed?
Before Drew got here, I created a brand new Instagram account with no algorithm, and I also created a brand new YouTube account with no algorithm. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna type in a conspiracy theory into the search bar and see what reels Instagram gives us, see what videos YouTube gives us, and we're just gonna try to keep getting more and more crazy ones for that conspiracy until we reach maximum conspiracy, and then we'll be radicalized.
Yeah, that's kind of the goal today, is to get radicalized and kind of like have completely different beliefs after the video than we do right now.
So I think it'll be tough to know exactly when we've reached maximum conspiracy for each theory, but I'm thinking somewhere along the lines we'll feel like we're ready to assassinate a senator or something like that.
Yeah, usually at that point it's probably time to assassinate a senator.
That's usually how I know it's time to assassinate a senator.
Yeah, once I want to.
Well, I guess the most basic conspiracy that we could start with is flat Earth.
To me, it's not even a conspiracy theory. Because if the Earth wasn't flat, I'd fall over.
Not fall off, you'd fall over.
I'd fall over because of the slope. Have you ever tried to walk up a hill? And don't say that hills is proof that the Earth is curved.
No, every time I've walked up a hill, I fell over.
Exactly. So, what are we just going to search flat Earth or
flat Earth? I guess it's kind of telling what the
fittest flat earther. If someone has a conspiracy theory, I will only believe them if they're in really good shape.
All right, we're just gonna search flat Earth. I guess we could go through some of these pictures, but really what I'm looking for is an Instagram reel. I see the craziest stuff on Instagram. Are you yawning already?
I'm so bored.
33rd degree Freemasons, who are also Satanists, provided us with the glow model to deceive and mislead us.
Oh.
Yeah, so the round Earth is like a prank by the 33rd degree Freemasons who
Who are
are
also Satanists. Yeah. I like the first comment. I'd love to learn more facts around this. People think I'm wacko for suggesting the Earth could be flat. You are. Can you downvote on here?
You're saying he harmed an animal?
Yeah.
Yeah, that comment pissed me off so much, I'm gonna go kick my dog.
Yeah, it's his fault. What is the photo?
These are all different ancient civilizations, how they thought the Earth looked, which is all flat.
Oh, so it's sort of like this many people can't be wrong kind of thing. Yeah, even though they are all wrong. What's going on with the Australian? If you live in Australia and you watch my YouTube videos, stop.
They probably watch them backwards too, because everything's upside down.
Yeah, toilet flushes the wrong way.
When you poop the toilet, it just comes out.
I am so tired of it. I make a mess every time. So this is interesting. So Mars is like a hexagon?
How can we view Mars and the other planets as mere balls of dust or gas? I'm gonna start saying that about my own balls. How can you see these as mere balls of dust and gas?
Instead of what they really are.
Balls of skin and cum. If gas on Earth isn't significantly affected by gravity, how is it possible that Jupiter, supposedly a massive ball of gas, has a gravitational force 2.5 times smaller than Earth? It's all a lie. Space is fake. All right, they had me until space is fake. I know space is real.
I know space is real.
That's where God lives.
That's where God lives.
Wait. Space is fake, but even in their own picture, they say this is Mars. They know that Mars is real.
Then where is Mars?
Australia, maybe?
Oh. So Australia's not flat then.
So maybe the Earth is shaped like this, and we're here, Australia's here, and that's where Mars is.
Oh. When did you learn how to do that accent?
I just freestyled it.
That's crazy.
Is that what they sound like there? That's hilarious.
Mars.
Well, where the frick are the reels? I thought they were gonna be... shit, I don't know how Instagram works. Where's the videos? Maybe now that I've searched it, it's gonna be my reels.
Just a quick cut to that.
Checkmate, round earthers.
If the Earth was round, I'd be falling over.
Let's go on YouTube. Yeah, maybe we should go on YouTube.
Yeah, I think the problem is that everyone's just so normal on Instagram. There aren't any like weird freaks. So I think we probably need to switch to YouTube because there's a lot more weird freaks on there. We would know.
We can speak. We can attest
We
to
can
that.
attest to that because there's at least 2 weird freaks on there with YouTube channels.
Our toes are interlocked right now. That's how weird we are.
Because if we let go, I'll fall down.
So we created this Instagram account or this YouTube account from scratch. The only thing that we've looked up on it so far is Drew looked up Justin Bieber slowed down 800 times.
It's beautiful.
And it's beautiful. And we also listened to Sneaker Night by Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, that was also my idea. So the results might be a little bit skewed towards Vanessa Hudgens' Sneaker Night.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like part of the conspiracy. That's my own mistake. I messed up.
But from here on out, we're not going to influence it anymore
in any way at all.
Okay, now I'll search flat Earth.
Okay.
That's how Vanessa Hudgens radicalizes people.
So hold on. Yeah, okay, even the YouTube search is biased against flat Earth. It doesn't even like we're trying to view it objectively, but it's like, oh, flat Earther debunked.
Yeah.
Flat Earthers funny moments.
Flat Earth Dave.
It's like, let me find out who Dave is.
All right, we're gonna search flat Earth. You know, do you ever do something and you think to yourself, like, I'm probably the first person to ever do this?
Oh, yeah.
I have to imagine we're the first people to ever search flat Earth from the Sneaker Night watch page.
Like inspired by this song. That reminds me. I need to do my own research.
Oh, it's Phil from
Amazing Race.
All right, well, we gotta hear him out.
We gotta hear him out.
Oh, he doesn't believe in the flat Earth either?
How did he get a job?
And he's seen more of the Earth than most people because he does the Amazing Race, so you'd think he'd have some common sense.
You'd think so. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. He works for CBS. Look up CBS's logo.
Mm-hmm.
Look up CBS's logo.
This?
Don't keep going.
No! Stop! You're getting distracted.
All right, look up CBS's logo.
It's Big Brother. See, you think that Big Brother is gonna let you think independently? No, they're gonna open your noggin up, they're gonna fill it with all the thoughts they want you to have, and Phil is part of it.
But probably Jeff Probst isn't too, right? Yeah, we're free thinkers.
Basically, what we're gonna do is
YouTube Shorts. Maybe we should be looking at more shorts. All right, if you two could shut up for a second, I have an important announcement. Today, I want to help you guys out with your budgeting a little bit. You can budget your car payments better, your travel, your groceries. Does that sound good? Well, then listen up, because we're going to talk about Rocket Money, the sponsor of today's video. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that lets you lower bills, cancel unwanted subscriptions, make custom budgets, and lower your savings all in one place. With Rocket Money, you can create a custom budget for any category in seconds. The app shows you where your money is going at all times and identifies your top spending categories and even gives you insights on how to better budget in the future. As someone who spends a lot of money eating out and not as much as I would like on travel, this is a great way for me to visualize like how much spending is happening in each category, where I can cut a little bit, where I can add a little bit. They'll also notify you when you have upcoming charges or when your balance is low. That way you can avoid overdrafts and late fees. And if that wasn't cool enough, Rocket Money can also help you lower your bills. Rocket Money automatically scans your bills to find savings. They can help negotiate bills for you, whether it be your internet service, your cable bills, and more. So you don't need to worry about those pesky customer service calls. Rocket Money's gonna get in there for you and negotiate the best possible rate for you. This is great for me personally because I am notoriously bad at looking for deals. I don't like to haggle. I don't like to negotiate, so the fact that this is built into the app makes it so much easier for me to know that I'm getting a good deal. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Danny or use the link in the description to get started for free.
Flat earthers, or some of them, believe that beyond the ice wall is this other world.
I feel like that outer world thing, I've heard of this, but I've only heard of it recently. I wonder if that's like a new lore that just dropped, because I thought that the ice shelf was supposed to be the end, and then they were like, no, not only that, we know about Acton.
And then there's another wall around here, and then Osiris is out on the outside.
Do you think the flat earth conventions are just people trying to one-up each other with the amount of knowledge they know about the outer ring?
Oh, you think this is the last ice wall? There's one more. Nope, there's actually 2 more.
There's actually 3 more, and at that one, it loops back around and you're here again.
That's more interesting than the Earth being flat, is that if you just keep going, well, that actually is just with the Earth, is if you keep going along the Earth, you end up back where you started. So we kind of all believe the same thing. They just have more ice walls in their theory.
Talking about how there was this one man that went to Antarctica on his expedition back in the day, and I can't remember his name.
Flat Earth.
Can't remember his name.
Can't remember name.
Sneaker Night extended cut. I can't remember his name. It was probably Vanessa Hudgens.
Vanessa Hudgens, Sneaker Night. Proof of Sneaker Night.
Internet famous flat earther has gone all the way to Antarctica to put told his theory to the
And he proved himself wrong. They always prove themselves wrong. I want someone to prove himself right.
Just once, please.
Just once. I mean, that's the thing though, is like the internet is so, it creates little bubbles for you. So if we did have an algorithm that was pro flat earth, it would be littered with flat earth videos and we would be like, this all confirms what I already believe.
Where's that guy's mouth?
Yeah, if the earth is round, where's that guy's mouth?
Well, gravity's still technically a theory. We know that there's an up and a down. As far as Coriolis, I was in the military and I've shot weapons and...
She's just threatening him.
Yeah. So basically, you're gonna believe what I believe because I have a lot of experience with guns and missiles.
As far as Coriolis, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
What kind of weapons, if you don't mind me asking? Like ICBMs?
Well, I'm wearing a vest with a bomb on it right now.
Okay. What will it take for you to detonate that?
If you say one thing that makes me question my beliefs, I'm gonna kill all of us.
Okay. And so how do you feel about sunsets?
They think that there's like these enormous structures. It ignores something that everyone knows. There's this enormous water table that's underneath the pyramids.
What's a water table?
It just means that there's like water, like a well of water. I think because of the Nile. Like, you know how when you're at the beach, if you're not at the water, but you dig a hole, there's water under there because you're close to the water. So the pyramids, if you dig below it, eventually you get to water. And so there couldn't possibly be like a big guy down there.
Oh, right, because he would have drowned?
Okay, next conspiracy, aliens. What should we Google aliens wise?
Aliens wise? Are aliens wise?
Aliens wise?
Yeah.
Are octopuses alien
A
creatures?
group of scientists that were speculating that octopi had come from somewhere else, and frozen eggs had actually come from somewhere else.
And the reason behind this theory is that octopuses are freaking weird.
It's like that. How could something like that exist on Earth? Because they look so fucking weird.
They must have come from some octopus-shaped planet.
And also, if the Earth is flat, how could there be? So hold on. Can you? I need silence.
Were you gonna say, can you call me back?
Can you call? I'll call you back later.
I've heard theories like this before about like some life coming from other planets. There's a theory that like all life comes from another planet. Like an asteroid had life on it and came from some other planet after like it got hit by a meteor and then that came here and that's how life started on Earth. And to me that just feels so lazy. They're like, how did life start on this planet? It came from a different one. And that's all we need to figure out.
Right, but then because then it's like, well, how did it start on that planet?
An asteroid.
Oh, from a different planet? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well then follow-up question, how did it start on that original planet? Like where did it come from?
God drew.
God drew what?
God drew an asteroid that came from another planet.
The octopus is still extremely similar biologically to us. You look at an octopus cell under a microscope and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Right.
Yeah, but you know when you can tell the difference? When you fucking look at an octopus and you look at a human.
We're not so different, you and I. If I look at you like this,
I can't see shit. You might as well be an octopus up against my face.
Veteran describes strange alien encounter in Vietnam. I like that strange is in all caps. What if it just said, veteran describes pretty normal alien encounter in Vietnam?
They should have done veteran in all caps out of respect.
And we should probably stand for this out of respect.
Yeah, I think so.
Whoa!
Dude, it's not flat at all in here.
There in the shrubbery, coming out of it, are little gray entities about 4 foot tall.
That's how I'm trying to be. Oh, you're just saluting?
Till the day I die, I'll remember what the little entity said to me. And the way he said it, it was like, Clifford.
He was like, I'll never forget what this little guy said to me and the way he said it.
Yeah, he said, and then he blew up.
He exploded.
I think he was asking for help.
I'll never forget that.
And the way he said it, it was like, Clifford, you are not supposed to be here.
I mean, he's right, we weren't.
You normally don't carry your weapon on full automatic. I put it on full automatic and I started to fire and I yelled out, VC, VC. And that was to alert the other troops that we were no longer alone, that there were a number of little guys there, I'll put it that way.
I'll put it that way. I'll put it away your brain can understand.
Little guys.
So the alien said, what are you doing here, Clifford?
And that's how I knew he wasn't from Earth. It was dark. There was a small guy in the bushes who asked me what I was doing here. Gotta be an alien.
Gotta kill the alien.
Gotta kill him. Oh, he already exploded. Job's done.
Said, even though we're at war, we don't put our weapons on full automatic. I did just for this guy and no one else. And I killed him. Also, is this guy's name Clifford or did it?
His name's just Veteran as far as I know. That could be why he's so confused too.
Yeah. I'm not fucking Clifford!
You are not supposed to be here.
I feel like this illustration's doing a lot of heavy lifting in this story. He's just describing a pretty normal encounter, but then because of the illustration of aliens, it's like, man, they must have been aliens.
Yeah,
But
a little guy came out of the bushes. He looked like a regular Vietnamese man, and the picture is of like an octopus. So all of the comments believe him and are pissed. They're like, way to go, Clifford. The little dudes were trying to bring about peace on Earth, and you blasted them.
Like, way to go, man. We almost had peace.
And you gave them a demonstration that we are a species not to be trusted or helped. Good job, Clifford. They're like, your story is 100% real, and we hate you.
Well, and then this person's on his side. It's like, he's been consistent about these events ever since they happened. Yeah, because that's how he remembers it. You can still be consistent about something that didn't happen.
Wasn't used to the ganja. Just imagine smoking this 35% THC. They smoked that back in 1980 when they smoked weed that had to be 6 to 8% THC. I am sure I would have seen some crazy shit. And let's go ahead and report him for animal abuse.
More like plant abuse, because he's smoking the shit out of that ganja.
Ganja! Clifford explains who are the gray aliens. Okay, well that'll be helpful because the last one was about the gray aliens. How exactly do you become an expert in that? Do you think it's Clifford again?
Yeah, well he definitely seemed to have a lot of expertise because he saw them with his own 2 eyes.
And he shot them with his own one gun.
Gray aliens are perhaps the most commonly encountered extraterrestrial species that we know, named for the coloration of their skin.
Oh, they're gray aliens because they're gray aliens.
That they've been hybridized multiple times, and we're seeing a lot of different types of features.
So there's a basic...
I can't get into them now, but we're seeing many types of features.
This is only a YouTube short. I simply don't have time to go into great detail. Wait, my son got kidnapped by them. When he was 9 years old, he was missing for a day. He told us that they have created us humans and need to create more humans in other planets and need his blood. I believe my son.
Let's click on this guy's profile.
Bullying his son.
My son played with them when they abducted him, and he confirmed that they acted like little children. And they said, Clifford, what are you doing here, Clifford?
Aliens think everyone's name is Clifford.
Oh, what up, Clifford?
Welcome back, Clifford.
I think every human they see is the same human that they just saw.
Good, you look very different today, Clifford.
What a strange planet only inhabited by one man named Clifford.
Who changes shape every day.
Don't shoot me again, Clifford.
Your bullets have no effect on my robot body.
But they have extreme effects on my feelings, Clifford.
It's the intention that hurts. As my son has mentioned, when he was inside the ship...
As my son has mentioned countless times,
my son, who's an expert 9 years old, got abducted. It's a computer-based reality which they created long ago, and many souls were kidnapped and then put inside these machine bodies, so they used what is known as spiritual necessity. You think this guy's ever done drugs?
No. He's too busy. He's trying to get his son back from the aliens.
I believe him because they were in my house around 1997. Unfortunately, I panicked so badly they didn't speak. I regret it now. I might have gotten answers, but I couldn't believe what was happening, and I had 3 little girls asleep in the house. Two of mine and one of my best friend. Huh? Wait, I had 3 little girls in the house, 2 of mine and one of my best friend? I think his best friend was a little girl.
Yeah, my daughters were hanging out with my little girl best friend.
They have so much in common because they're the same age.
And when the aliens came in, I panicked.
Because I didn't want them to wake up, my best friend.
So yeah, I guess aliens, the little gray guys, must be very shy. Because if you panic a little bit, they're like, oh, sorry, Clifford. We'll come back later, Clifford.
We have to go now. We are gray. So now it's just these two talking to each other. Yeah, what, did they visit you again? They told my son that they will come again, but they didn't come anymore. He saw a tall man with blonde hair.
Okay, wait, hold on. So the story is falling apart a little bit. He's like, yeah, he saw all aliens. And it's like, okay, well, there was one blonde guy.
One guy with blonde hair. And I guess some of the aliens they kind of looked like they had regular hair on their head.
They had regular Vietnamese hair, and they were just short little guys.
Speaking Vietnamese, I couldn't understand a word they were saying. It was like some sort of foreign language to me.
I shot him.
My bullets did have an effect on them. I'm writing this from jail.
Your son is wrong. At least mostly. I can confirm there was a tall blonde guy.
Wait, also report encountering tall, chalk white, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, barefoot. Barefoot.
So he's saying that people who were abducted by the gray aliens often report the presence of a Drew-like entity as well.
Yeah, and that is how they refer me as the Shining One. And they do not blink. But I don't know, I blink.
What was it that you said to me when I started recording this video?
No blinking, it's disrespectful. No blinking, it's disrespectful. I have to go. I've been found out. I never should have agreed to do a conspiracy video with you. It was only a matter of time. Yeah.
Channeling Bashar has definitely changed my life in profound ways.
Now, again, not everyone has to believe that Bashar is real.
That's good.
Yeah, that really works out for him, whether you believe me or not.
That's the great thing about being crazy, is that you can believe whatever you want, and even if other people don't believe it.
Even if it makes no sense, it doesn't matter to you.
So he delivers information, which he sometimes calls an instruction manual or the formula. And when people follow it as precisely as possible, with an open mind.
That's such a great caveat to say that if they follow it closely with an open mind, then it will work. Because if it doesn't work for someone, he would just say, well, your mind just wasn't open enough. You clearly had some reservations about it. And that's the only reason it didn't work.
And Bashar could tell.
Yeah, he's very skeptical with people. How to channel
Bashar. So it looks like there's only one person in the world who even thinks Bashar is
two
real.
shirts.
He has one shirt, but it changes colors when he channels Bashar. Would we go insane if we saw a video of Bashar?
That's a great question.
I was wondering if we would go insane if we saw a video of you.
Of you?
Oh, he's channeling Bashar. So I think Bashar is speaking through him.
It depends on the mechanism used to capture the image.
I mean, I have to imagine that there is some pre-existing lore about Bashar that if you were to see his face, you would go insane, and that's why he has to be channeled through people.
Right.
And so that's why she's asking this question. I like to imagine that she just came up with this out of nowhere off the top of her head.
Hey, I really love everything you're preaching here today. I just want to know, like, would someone go fucking crazy if they saw Bashar in real life?
And he's just like,
It depends. It depends on if they have an open mind or not. Also, BasharStore.com?
Yeah, that's where you can buy Bashar.
Okay. I didn't think that this guy was like grifting at all before, but now I'm a little worried. Oh!
Do you want to go back to 2011? How about 2003?
How about 2000 through 2003? RSVP to Bashar?
Yeah, the session looks like it's taking place about a month after September 11th.
Unrelated.
So I have to stream him channeling Bashar? I feel like I should be able to just channel Bashar myself.
No, I think you're going to need to do it through a Bashar expert. I definitely feel like he needs...
About 500 grand. We could do.
Yeah, do you think 500...
While your video technology may be capable of capturing certain extraterrestrial beings, it couldn't capture.
My eyes roll back in my head. It's just coming from my mouth.
While your video technology...
Oh my god!
Donate $5 million to Bashar.
Make it a monthly donation.
While your video technology may be capable of capturing certain extraterrestrial beings, it couldn't capture us. You would see nothing but static.
So it's not even that you would go insane if you saw it, you just wouldn't be able to see it.
I think his answer changed as he answered. He was like, well, maybe. It depends if you use film or digital, because film, you wouldn't be able to capture me, and digital, you wouldn't be able to capture me.
Yeah, and if you were using like an iPhone, then it would just be static. Yeah, it would just be a static image of Bashar where he flipping you off.
Nice try, asshole.
I'm going insane.
Another type of recording, maybe. Maybe not. Depends.
Depends on what? Oh man, how much money do you think these people paid to go ask this guy questions?
As much money as Bashar wanted, man. All right, well we can move on to a different conspiracy at this point. What do you think?
Wait, I got to channel Bashar. He's just flipping me off. Oh, he says I can watch it.
Okay.
But don't look at him or you'll go insane.
Okay. One sec. I'm getting a call from Bashar.
No, don't. No, he's FaceTiming you. Don't answer.
Drew, have you ever heard of dowsing?
Oh, is that what Mormons do instead of sex? That's soaking. No, what's dowsing?
Dowsing involves 2 rods, which Mormons are not allowed to do.
Not even after marriage.
No rods.
No
2 rods.
One rod, one hole, never 2 rods, never 2 holes.
I'm not exactly sure how it works, but you hold these 2 rods like she's doing here, and it's gonna
She like asks questions and it answers for her?
Yeah.
Do you have those rods?
Yeah. Hold that and hold, close your eyes and hold this. Okay, let's watch this to see.
Okay, we'll watch it to see.
Government planning to use Project Bluebeam to fake an alien or spiritual event. No, thank you.
Right off the bat, I like how much lore is required to even understand her first question.
Well, yeah, the first thing was, is the government going to use
Project Bluebeam?
And I don't know what that is.
To create a fake spiritual or alien event.
I don't know what that is.
Well, the answer was no, so you don't have to worry.
Okay, good. That's a relief. It's a lot of research I don't have to do.
Does the human work best without any clothes? No answer.
What does she mean work best? Like it's a product she just bought from the store. Is this human gonna work if I put clothes on it?
How do I get this human to do what I want it to do? Do I take its clothes off first?
My human don't work because of wearing clothes?
Yeah, yeah. I had nothing to add to that, sorry.
Does space have wormholes? Yes, thank you.
I'm curious who is providing the answers. Maybe she's connecting with some kind of spirit or alien, maybe?
Yeah, who is she asking ultimately? It's not aliens, it's just the rods.
So Reiki, energy work, and spirituality. So is she connecting with a ghost? Like a spirit?
Oh.
How the fuck would they know if there's wormholes in space?
Well, because they died.
And they went?
When you're dead, you know that when you're dead, you find out. Okay, so she's holding the rods. She's communicating with ghosts. The ghosts are just sort of like coming up and going this way, or they poking it the other way.
Yeah, sometimes they actually go like, yes.
Yes, humans do work better naked.
Plot twist, she is being answered by her own subconscious mind. Man, that would be a crazy twist.
That would be crazy if she was actually just kind of like making this shit up. That's the last thing I'd expect. Does she sell the rods, or is she like that other guy where like only you can't use the rods, only I can. You can't communicate with Bashar, only that guy can.
Yeah, sure, you can hold the rods, they're not gonna work.
They're not gonna answer your question. So when she posted this over a year ago, it was already on sale to $14. Now $11. They just keep getting cheaper. Wait, 99.9% copper. What's the other? What do you think the rest is?
Bashar.
0.1% Bashar dowsing rod. For ghost hunting tools, divining water, treasure, buried items, etc.
Oh yeah, I've seen these used for ghost hunting and like finding things. So you go like, is the treasure this way? And the rods go.
Are they magnets?
I don't know. Go on YouTube and search like treasure hunting with dowsing rods.
So would you just follow them, or? They're saying yes, no, yes, no.
Oh, X marks the spot. Gotta dig. Hands out and he's in a graveyard.
There's treasure everywhere.
I just don't understand who he's contacting. Is there a ghost whose job it is to help you find treasure?
A greedy ghost who wants you to finish the job?
Guys, if you don't think dowsing rods is real, when I die, my unfinished business is going to be helping people find treasure. So if dowsing rods don't work now, they will in about 2 months.
2 months?
This is how you program your dowsing rods.
Program? Help me find treasure. Help me find treasure.
Kill Danny. Kill Danny.
How would they kill?
They would go and spin so fast they slice your head off. Hey, you don't want to fuck with dowsing rods, man. Especially not the ones I just told to kill you. It's an important clarification. It's not the rods that answer, it's the spirits you communicate with. The rods don't know shit.
Yeah.
The rods are merely a vessel to communicate what the spirits have told them.
You could really just hold your fingers like this. You don't need to buy those stupid rods.
Okay. Spirits. Am I in love with Danny?
Spirits. Kill Drew.
Everyone's yes and no is going to be different, so you should ask your rods to show you a yes.
Can you show me a yes? A dead bird falls from the sky.
Thank you.
So it has nothing to do with... Okay, I can put those down. Dowsing twig. Oh, you can use just a dowsing twig, according to Wikipedia.
Oh, could we make one ourselves? As long as it's L-shaped. You got anything L-shaped in here?
No, only W's in here.
Chat, spam W in the chat.
Chat, spam W in the chat.
Spam W in the chat.
I'm recording another video over here. Just chat, spam W in the chat.
Spam. Yo, you been live streaming this?
Yep.
At twitch.com/Danny.
Chat, kill Drew.
No, chat. Keep Drew alive.
All right, let me see if I got anything L-shaped in here. No, I don't think so.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you still Danny, or I hear some screams from the car?
It is me, Bashar.
Wait, I have to film you. It's just static. A static image of Bashar flipping me off. And his dick's out, too.
Hey!
Classic Bashar.
You know what they say, if you see Bashar, you go insane. If you see his dick, you suck it. You gon' suck it.
That's what they say. If you see Bashar's dick, you gon' suck it.
That's what he said in the video.
Oh yeah, no, I saw. It was on the YouTube short.
He said, yeah, it depends on the type of video technique, and if you see his dick, you go suck it. What do you think this is? Just how to chug a pint of any liquid in a second.
You can drink anything in one ginormous sip.
Was it coming out of his nose? And that wasn't the drink, that was blood.
Yeah, that was, do not do this.
I said, if you guys live in this private jet for 100 days, I'll let you keep it. It's a really nice...
If you guys can survive this video of Bashar, I will give you $5 billion.
Well, just a warning. If you see his dick, you go suck it.
You scared of Pepsi?
We're gonna get this in the glass.
Wait, how did we get in chugging content? We watched several dowsing rod shorts, and then it recommended a chugging video, and then was like, oh, you like chugging videos? Sure. The lack of videos saying these conspiracies are real on YouTube really makes me feel like you gotta be so dumb to fall for them, because like they don't even show up. Like YouTube is actively trying to hide them from
you. Have to be like, no, I'm certain this is real, and you have to be so convicted in that for the YouTube to finally be like, all right. But some people just fall down those rabbit holes.
Guys, it's time to go big boy.
All right.
All right. Well, I think we've gone through a decent amount of conspiracies. Flat Earth, aliens, dowsing, Bashar,
and all the other ones.
Etc.
Etc. Ugh, don't get me started on etc.
Yeah, she was a wild thing. So, do you think that you've learned anything today? I mean, do you think that you? Okay. See you guys next time. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to the Beef Zone, baby. This is where we talk about the internet's hottest drama going on right now. Today we're gonna be talking about Axel Weber. He's a TikTok star, and he's already started one of the year's most insane internet quarrels. I don't particularly talk about internet drama too much on my channel, but I had to do an installment of the Beef Zone just this once because this is a pretty unique case. I don't think I've ever seen anybody start an internet beef quite like this before. And that's because this dude, Axel, has started a feud with a college. This dude has started beef with a 4-year accredited institution. I've never seen that happen before. Other influencers are out here starting beefs with each other because of like messy breakups, problematic tweets. This dude's out here starting beef with institutions. That's crazy. I'm gonna start doing that. The DMV, you're done. You're canceled. I had to wait in line once 5 years ago when I got my license renewed. You're done. Everybody go harass the DMV now, please. No, don't actually do that. This dude, Axel Weber, he's a very popular TikToker. He's got 3.9 million followers. He is, okay. What was that? It looked like he was calling me. Okay, it's to share to WhatsApp, I see. I click on it, he's like, hey dude, are you making a video about me right now? No. How did you know that? So yeah, he was already really popular on TikTok. He had like 1 million followers a couple months ago, and now he's skyrocketed to almost 3.9 million followers, mostly because of this series of videos he did auditioning for Juilliard's acting school, and he did not get in. And his fans were like so upset by this that they started a war with Juilliard, which like thrust Axel into the spotlight because all of these major news outlets were like covering this dude. And so now he has like almost 4 million followers literally because he didn't get into Juilliard. Kind of crazy considering I also didn't get into Juilliard and I don't have 4 million followers on TikTok. So what happened with that? I didn't even get an audition with Juilliard. They didn't even offer me one. How fucked up is that? Where are my fans? Greg, what's going on? It's just kind of crazy that you can get famous for not doing something impressive, you know? Like if you had gotten into Juilliard, that would be really cool. That'd be worth, you know, making a big stink about, I feel like, because like nobody gets into Juilliard. Dude, did you hear about that guy who's going viral because he's gonna try to climb Mount Everest blindfolded with his hands tied behind his back? Oh no way, dude, that sounds insane. Did he actually do it? No, no, actually he did not. He's dead. He died. Not even on the mountain either. He choked on a granola bar on the flight to Mount Everest. He's going viral? Yeah, dude, his funeral has 800 million likes. So I feel like to fully appreciate this story, we kind of have to go back to the beginning where it all began. So in December of 2021, just about a month ago, Axel had just moved to New York. He's pursuing acting. He's making a bunch of TikToks about living in the world's smallest apartment, and he has just hit 1 million followers on TikTok.
Hi, we just hit 1 million on TikTok. Come on.
I can see why he had followers to begin with. He's like a charismatic guy. I'm sure people think he's handsome. He's got personality. He does his little dancey dance. Look at him go. But little did Axel know at the time that one Juilliard audition would change his life forever. And not because he did a good job, but because he did so bad that it changed his life forever.
Dear Axel, on behalf of the Juilliard division, thank you for your interest in our program and for sharing your talent with the faculty during the initial audition. As you are already aware, due to our callback process, you are no longer under consideration for admission for fall 2022.
It sounds like he already knew he wasn't getting in. It's kind of fucked up that they even sent him the letter. You already know this because we didn't give you a callback after your audition, but just so you know, you're still not accepted to Juilliard. You still did a really bad job. There's no chance of you getting in here. How many times do they have to tell him he didn't get into Juilliard? Damn. They just send him a letter every year. Dear Axel, as you may have guessed, as you are 2 years into going to a completely different school for a completely different degree, you did not get into Juilliard. Your audition was very bad, Axel. You ruined your chances of an acting career, Axel. Over the past 2 2 years, we have been telling every casting director and pretty much everyone who works in the industry how bad your audition was. We've had a lot of time to destroy your career, Axel, and we've done it. So it's a pretty sad video of him not getting into his dream school. I definitely feel for him, and a lot of other people did too. So basically what happened after that is a bunch of people started rallying to support him. You had like all of his own fans commenting, being like, fuck Juilliard, dude, you don't need Juilliard. Even some celebrities weighed in.
Hello, Axel.
Hi, Charlie.
I replied to your video, but I figured I'd do a video message as well.
Appreciate it.
Not only did I not get into Juilliard, but I didn't get into 5 of these prestigious schools that I wanted to get into that I thought could better my career.
Don't believe it.
And while I do think school is great, and I did end up going to Berkeley.
Okay.
A prestigious conservatory for the arts
Congrats.
is not going to be the thing that defines your career as an actor.
Ooh.
Honestly, I mean, it's a sweet sentiment, and I agree with the message. You know, not every famous actor went to a super prestigious school like Juilliard to learn how to act. You know, some just had rich parents, and so that's how they got into it. Lucky for him, I feel like he seems to like Charlie Puth. I feel like this video would not be nearly as impactful if it was like some guy that Axel does not care about. There's a video of Vanilla Ice being like, take it from me, Vanilla Ice. I didn't get into Juilliard either, but that didn't stop me from becoming the 20th most famous person for 1 month in 1995 and then slowly slipping into obscurity for the rest of my life. Axel's like, oh, thanks, dude. Does anyone else want to chime in? Did anyone else not get into Juilliard? Someone with like a lifelong body of work? Someone with a really impressive career? It wasn't just like celebrities reaching out to Axel either. There were like different organizations being like, hey, you don't need Juilliard, dude. Come work with us and we'll get you to where you want to be in your career.
I didn't get into Juilliard. We know that.
And I did get another letter to prove it. This is the 17th one they've sent me now.
But I did get a modeling contract with one of the largest agencies in the world.
So I am a little confused about how this happened or why Axel seems to be so like excited about it. It does seem to be like totally unrelated to what he said his dream was. I thought he wanted to be an actor and go to a prestigious acting school. Like, does he even want to be a model? I don't know if he's ever mentioned it before. I watched a few of his TikToks from like before that, and it seemed like he really wanted to be an actor. It's like a totally different industry. All right, guys, you know that my dream of becoming a professional actor didn't work out, but I am still gonna be working in the industry, it turns out. I got a job at a movie theater. I think I may be able to work my way up from there. I think you'll be seeing me on the big screen real soon. It's just weird to see him going from not getting into a school that he wasn't qualified for to getting a job that it seems like he is even less qualified for, because I assume he at least had some sort of like acting prowess or like did some sort of acting before he started applying to acting schools. But modeling, it's like he didn't even want to do that before. Not only did he get a modeling job out of getting rejected from Juilliard, he also got a New York Times article.
We just made the New York Times. When Axel Weber was rejected from Juilliard, the internet stepped in.
The article is basically covering how all of Axel's fans flooded the Juilliard Instagram account to like lambast them in the comments. Which, to be fair, Axel does say like, don't do that.
More than anything, we cannot bash Juilliard though. They're just doing their job.
I don't want to lead you into thinking that Axel like actively encouraged this and like caused this to happen. Like he was like, fuck Juilliard. Everybody ripped them to shreds in the comments. But his videos did unintentionally have that consequence. And it's pretty crazy to read some of the comments that people have left on Juilliard's Instagram account. Let's take a look at some of them. Their most recent posts have like 0 comments, 1 comment, 6 comments. Let's go to around the time this Axel Weber drama was going on. 1,000 comments, 2,000 comments, 18,000 comments. 18,000? Dude, what were people saying? Let my boy Axel in. He deserves better. Let Axel in. Get my boy in. My dog died on campus and they tied me up and made me eat it. Doesn't have anything to do with Axel. Dude is just straight up slandering this university because his boy didn't get in. Don't worry, Axel. You should be glad you didn't get in there. All right? They made me eat my pet. You're gonna regret it when that man wins an Oscar. I honestly don't even think that they would regret it if he like ended up having a successful acting career. They really only care about the people they did admit having successful acting careers. In general, I've seen a lot of comments that have the same tone of like, I bet Juilliard wishes they never rejected my man. And it's like, yeah. Probably, but I don't think it's for the reason you think. I don't think it's like the dean's office that are like, oh, we should have never said no. He's so talented. Look at him on TikTok doing his little dancey dance. He's wearing a sweater. He's modeling. Oh, what we could have had. No, it's not them, dude. It's the poor like 20-year-old marketing intern that runs the Juilliard school Instagram account. It's the person who keeps getting notifications on their phone saying like, let Axel in. New Instagram comment. Let Axel in. They're the one that's probably like, Jesus Christ, couldn't they just fucking accept this kid? I really like this comment. Let him in, you dogs. L school. Juilliard does not care, all right? They do not care that they have 18,000 comments on one post. The headmaster of Juilliard, what is it? What is like the person who is in charge called? Is it the dean? The headmaster? The principal? I went to college. I don't know why the president. We had a president of our school. I don't think the president is reading these comments being like, L school. Oh, classes are canceled today. Go home. Everyone go home. It's also like, whoa, dude, don't start insulting the kid's dream school. You're not really rooting for him if you're like, oh, you wanted to go to that L school, Axel? That decrepit excuse for a school run by dogs? I definitely feel bad for whatever school he applies to next if he ever tries to apply for college again. When they get that application, they're just gonna like start sweating immediately. All right, who's next on the list of applicants? All right. No pressure, but if we don't let this kid in, we're gonna get doxxed and swatted. Right now, you're probably wondering, like, what were Axel's chances of getting into Juilliard? Like, was he a shoo-in and like a really good actor and had like an insane experience? What is this guy's qualifications? First off, let's look up how hard is it to get into Juilliard. Spelled Juilliard wrong, so I am definitely not going to get in. Admission to Juilliard is highly competitive with an overall acceptance rate between 5 and 8%. So it's an extremely difficult school to get into. Obviously, it's like insanely prestigious. But you know, maybe he killed his audition. Maybe he's a great actor. So let's see. He has a TikTok talking about how his audition went. So let's hear in his own words how he describes it.
Here's how you absolutely botch a Juilliard audition. Remember I said the only thing I can't do is an accent? I did an accent. I couldn't help it. I just Oberon and make him smile. It just sounds better when he sounds like he came straight out of an HBO show.
All right, I know it's not the point of the TikTok, but what does he mean I couldn't help it when he said he did the accent? Like, did you prepare your audition and not practice an accent at all? And then the second you get into your audition, you're like, hello, governor. Why am I talking like this? Oh, no. Did you really just decide to do an accent on the fly? Because, like, holy shit, what a bad idea. Of course you didn't get into Juilliard, dude. You went off book. You became a different nationality. Live.
The guy gave me absolutely no reaction. He just stared right into my soul.
I feel like that's kind of how auditions go, though. If you do a really great job, they're not supposed to be like, like right off the bat. I think they're supposed to play it cool because they can't like make you think you got the part just in case, you know, someone even better comes in and then they have to give it to that person. And what reaction was he expecting? Guys, I don't think my audition went very well. The admissions director didn't even come. He just said, thanks, that'll be all. You know what he should have done if he wanted to impress them? He should have came into the audition speaking in a British accent, and then when he was actually reading his monologue, switched to his regular American accent. They would have been blown away.
I have an audition for Juilliard, January 9th. I have to learn some Shakespeare. Never even read Hamlet. I jest to Oberon and make him smile when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes I lurk in a gossip's bowl. I don't understand what's happening.
Not that I really think that this made a difference, but just a word of advice. If you're applying for a college, I wouldn't post on your like public social media something about like the application process or the audition process being like, I don't know what the fuck this means. This shit's dumb, dude. Shakespeare sounds like an idiot, man. It's also weird that like, after all of these videos of him being like, I don't know what the fuck Shakespeare is, and him being like, I randomly did an accent at the audition, that all of his fans still have his back. And they're still like, you deserve to get into Juilliard. Don't worry, we'll take it from here. We're gonna get you into Juilliard. We're gonna storm Juilliard for you, buddy, don't worry. Anything to get you in. All of this brings up a bigger topic of like, why are people so invested in this guy getting into Juilliard? This guy who like, has literally shown no prowess, no acting prowess whatsoever. He's been like, I botched my audition. I don't fuck with Shakespeare. He seems like a nice kid too. I just don't understand why people are like so ride or die for Axel getting into Juilliard. Probably a decent amount of them are joking and just thought it would be funny to like get way too into it and take his side. But I do think it's also kind of like the cute teen white boy effect, where like a fan base of 12-year-olds will literally do anything for a white guy that they think is cute. You know who I think probably hates this more than anyone? The students who actually did get into Juilliard. Just seeing this dude get rejected and be rewarded for like like his not being very good at acting with a modeling contract and an extra 3 million followers. Meanwhile, you get into Juilliard and you get rewarded with student loans. I think that this guy is benefiting from a lot of privilege and maybe not realizing it. I don't know, man. He seems like a sweet kid, but also is sort of coming off a little bit like, I deserve this. Like he moved to New York expecting to get into one of the top 10 acting schools. Like that's why he says he lives in this apartment. And it seems like that sense of entitlement has been picked up a little bit by his fans as well. The whole thing kind of reminds me of like the Alex from Target phenomenon when like just this random cute boy got like thrust into the spotlight and millions of followers because he was like attractive once. I don't know. Let's see how his modeling career is going. I wonder if he's posted any updates on that. Oh, this TikTok is called First Photo Shoot. He's a natural. All right. All right, well, that's pretty much the whole Axel Weber thing. It seems like he's doing good now. He's got his modeling career going, and I guess we'll be seeing him on the cover of Vogue pretty soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do and you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. What's up, Greg? I hope you're having a great holiday season. I know I was until I watched the new Home Alone movie. And I got sick, also. I think the movie might have given it to me, honestly. You know, guys, when you think about it, I guess it makes a lot of sense that they would make a new Home Alone movie, you know? Hollywood loves their sequels. Their sequels of sequels, and they've already made like 5 Home Alone movies, so why stop there? And sure, like nobody has watched or even been interested in the last like 3, but all the more reason to make another one, you know? Sort of a comeback Home Alone movie this could be. I guess could have been, if it wasn't already out and wasn't already bad. It's a shame, man. I really liked the first 2 Home Alone movies, but then after that, they just, nothing feels bring to the war room. Truthfully, very little. Probably nothing at all. You are not ready for the war room. You will not revolutionize what we built. If you had the capabilities we required, you would already be inside. What? They think I can't bring anything to the war room? They think I'm some kind of sucker who doesn't have my life in order and can't manage my money. I'll show them. I'm gonna take out a 4th mortgage on my home and I'm gonna join this club. We'll see how stupid they think I am then. They also use like the get it while you still can technique that's in like every as seen on TV commercial. This chance won't last forever. We will not hold this open for everyone. Soon, membership will close. The War Room members and their sons will remain the closed wielders of global influence into eternity. Holy shit, dude. They're closing submission soon? I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go. I'm not doing this for me, okay? I'm doing this for my son. I guess my son gets to be in the club too if I join. I gotta go. Now, I don't have any way to look and see how long it said this on the website, but if I had to guess, I would guess that it's been on there as long as this website has existed. Why would they close submissions? How does that make any sense? Do they want to stop making money? The founder of this club is like, whoa, I'm too rich, all right? That's one thing we teach in the war room is you can't have too much money. I mean, if this is like a militia, do they have enough soldiers? Is that why they're closing? Soon, 1,000 bald men wearing tightly fitting t-shirts will be storming the beaches. We can't wait around for you forever. So you might be wondering who the head of this club is, right? It must be someone like very rich and influential if he's expecting to get people to join just based on like the connections that you can get from the club, right? Well, this is where things get a lot more creepy. And also not monetizable. This is the part that is the reason this video probably doesn't have ads on it. My name is Andrew Tate. I'm a retired 4-time world champion kickboxer who is now a multimillionaire, and I'm the most competent person on the entire planet to teach you about male-female interactions. How did I become rich? Webcam. Definitely gonna need him to elaborate on that a little bit. That's so vague. Mr. Bezos, please. You're the richest person in the world. Do you have any advice to young up-and-coming entrepreneurs on how to start a business and how to get rich like you? Book. Huh? Book. Need I say more? Yes, please say more. We literally have no idea what you're talking about. So you're probably thinking like, did this guy invent webcams or something? Is he like famous on Twitch or something? Is this Sapnap? I don't know. I've been running a webcam studio for nearly a decade. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. If you had to guess whether it's different because it's more creepy or less creepy than other webcam studios, what would you guess? Go ahead and vote down in the comments below, guys. Do you think this is gonna be creepy or no? Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriend at the time, and of all my girlfriends, none were in the adult entertainment industry before they met me. My job was to get women to fall in love with me. Literally, that was my job. My job was to meet a girl, go on a few dates, sleep with her, test if she's quality, get her to fall in love with me to where she'd do anything I say. Holy shit, this is insane. And then he gets them to join his webcam empire where he gets them to do, you know, he gets them to get nasty on camera. I'm not a lawyer, but does this not... This does not feel illegal. At the very least, this seems like insanely creepy. This feels abusive. It feels like he's just confessing to crimes. That's why I want you to join the war room, all right? You're gonna learn about making money, picking up women. You're gonna form a militia to protect me from an international tribunal for my many crimes that break international law. For legal reasons, that was a joke, okay? I don't know if this is legal or not. So I guess what he meant when he just said the word webcam was that he's exploiting a ton of women online for his own personal gain. In hindsight, it seems so obvious. How did I not guess that? Let's watch another promotional video for the War Room. This is on Andrew Tate's YouTube channel, and it's called The Matrix Predicted the Great Reset Explained. Basically, it's a video where this guy compares his life to the Matrix.
We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus. I know you're sitting thinking, why did Tate not decide he was Neo? Because Tate has all the Aikido and the masterful, nearly superhuman abilities.
Yeah, I used to be a kickboxer, so I'm basically in the Matrix. Actually, the reason I take the War Room guys to the gun range so much is so they can shoot at me and I can dodge the bullets like Neo. It's like, okay, dude, if anyone here has superpowers in the War Room, we know who it is. And it is not you.
Now, when I say we're living inside the Matrix, I'm not stating that with irony or as a joke. We are genuinely, actually living inside of the Matrix. The Matrix is real.
Yeah, something tells me that even though he keeps saying literally, and this is not a metaphor, that it is a metaphor. Something tells me he's not literally saying that we're living in a computer simulation that's controlled by, like, aliens or whatever the Matrix is about. I actually haven't seen the Matrix. I think that's what it's about. Something tells me that's not the point that this guy is making, even though he keeps saying literally. In the description of this video, it says stage 1 fighting against the Matrix is to become rich. Learn how here. I'm sorry, that's the first step? You know it's gonna be an unhelpful article when step 1 is become rich? Like step 1 is something that takes years and some people will never do it. Also, again, I haven't seen The Matrix, but I'm fairly certain that was not the first step in breaking out. I don't think Morpheus was like, listen, machines are trapping humans and using them as batteries in their simulation, and the only way we can break out is by setting up a dropshipping business and investing in Ethereum. Ethereum's actually great because you can verify smart contracts. It's actually the best crypto out there. Imagine if this dude is right and we really are living in the Matrix. Like, what does being free look like? Oh my God. I did it. I'm free. I made it out. All right. Hey guys, we got another one. All right. Welcome to the club, buddy. Hell yeah. Congratulations, man. Yep. You finally made it out of the simulation. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Where's everybody else at? What do you mean everybody else? Yeah, the only other person here is my girlfriend who I'm scamming. Or I mean dating. Yeah, but I mean like in the whole world. Like there's gotta be more than just you guys in the real world, right? What the fuck? You don't like us? No, it's not like that. I mean, sorry. I was picturing there being more than just like 3 normal guys in a room when I exited the Matrix. Normal? What the hell, man? Yeah, we're not normal. We shoot guns and make money out here. Yeah, we're big into making cash out here, man. Did they do that in the Matrix? They actually do, yeah. Not the way we do it. Okay, how do you do it? Hey, you're stealing my shit! Okay, I'm just saying, all things considered, you guys don't really seem that different. Honestly, if anything, this seems more like a simulation than the world I was just in. How so? Look at you guys. You're all holding guns. All you do is talk about business. You guys are like NPCs from GTA. You all look like slight variations of the same sim. Are you guys sure this isn't a video game? All right, man, as if I'm gonna take advice from a beta-ass bitch like you anyway. I'm just saying. Okay, that was actually sick. You guys should have led with that. How was that not the first thing you guys wanted to show me? You know what, man? Get out of here. You don't belong here anyway. Yeah! What? Go! Get out of here! We don't want you! Yeah. Okay, alright, I'll go. Honestly, I'm actually not really sure how to get back, but if one of you show me, I will go. Get the fuck out of here, man! Go, get lost, you son of a gun! Go! What are you still doing? Get out of here! Go! I feel like this is definitely a video game.
How can I keep my husband? I want to keep him happy. And I think all the women listening too, they want to know the secret.
I'll tell you the secrets. Men are biologically designed. We're evolutionarily hardwired to seek status. You want power, you want status, you want the fast car. You don't care about the car. You want everyone to know you have the car and they can't have the car. Right. If everyone had a Lambo, you wouldn't want a Lambo. So every single thing we do is status driven to some degree.
It's true.
Meaning the female we are with has to add status to our lives in some form. If you want to keep your man happy, you need to think, how do I make my man look better to the world? How do I make him look better in front of other men?
What a bizarre take, dude. How to be a good woman? Make your man look good to other men. You basically need to be a wingman for your husband to pick up dudes. I hate arguments like this so much. Alpha dudes are always trying to bring up like what men are hardwired to do. What have men been evolutionarily designed to do? Here he's saying that like men are hardwired to seek status. Men want a Lamborghini. You know how every man want a Lamborghini because it's a status symbol. Even if it worked out that like evolutionarily that's something that is in men's nature, that doesn't make it good. You know what else is in our nature? Thinking sugar tastes really good. If you didn't tell someone that sugar was bad for you, they would think like, oh my god, this is the best thing in the world because it tastes really good. If you put 10 pounds of candy in front of a caveman, he would eat all of it and then he would throw up. And then he would die, probably, because he's never eaten that much sugar before. But hey, I guess that's just kind of what he was hardwired to do. So if you want to be a good cave wife, you gotta go out there and you gotta get your man as much candy as you can find. You want to go to the store and buy him one of those lollipops that's as big as his head that he always wanted when he was a kid, but his mom would never let him have. And that's the only way to keep men happy, all right? These alpha male type guys are always trying to sound like scientific. Like this is the science-backed way to attract a mate. And this is the evolutionary way that relationships are supposed to be. But I feel like if they were being honest, they would recognize that there's a difference between what humans like naturally are inclined to do and what is healthy and what is sustainable. You know what else increases your status? Murder. Can't be anyone higher up on the hierarchy if they're all dead, right? It's weird. I don't see any of them advocating that, but it's the same primal instinct that they're talking about, so why don't they? To prove what a sick and cool lifestyle this guy has, here is a video that he posted on Christmas while apparently alone in a hotel room.
Merry Christmas. I think a lot of people have the wrong idea about me. They look at me and they go, you hear about that Tate guy, you know, he's the 4-time kickboxing world champion, he's tall, he's strong, he's smart, he's fucking gorgeous.
That's the wrong idea? People have the wrong idea about me. He's smart, he's rich, he's tall, he's funny. When in actuality, I am short, rude, and poor. Anyway, yeah, that's the war room. I feel like this video took a lot of twists and turns, but as I kept clicking on different links on this dude's website, I just kept getting more and more shocked at what I was finding. So hopefully this was an entertaining video. I was considering purchasing like a war room membership as part of a follow-up video, but I honestly do not feel good about putting any money in this guy's pockets. I'm honestly a little bit worried that if I paid this guy 7,000 pounds, it would go towards like more guns or like a prison cell for his employees. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and now it's time to talk about our sponsor. Guys, you know what you're probably not gonna get if you spend $5,000 to hang out with the guys from the war room? Delicious home-cooked meals, which is why I thoroughly believe that today's sponsor, HelloFresh, is a much better investment than the war room. HelloFresh has been a long-time sponsor of the channel, and I love their service. Every week, they send you 3 delicious meals that you get to cook at home with all of the ingredients pre-portioned, so you can skip all of the prepping and planning and going to the grocery store that, if you're like me, stresses you out about dinner time. HelloFresh is equipped to be able to serve a bunch of different lifestyles. With fit and wholesome recipes and low calories or carbs, you can indulge in delicious meals without having to worry about breaking your diet. My favorite things about HelloFresh are that 1, I only know how to cook a handful of things, and HelloFresh has a huge variety of recipes. Like every week you get to choose from something different. And 2, they're a super sustainable option. The packaging that they send you your food in is already recycled content, and HelloFresh cuts down on your food waste by 25% over grocery shopping. Cooking with HelloFresh is fun and honestly super easy. Anybody can follow the instructions and it'll kind of make you feel like a chef. So if you want to check out HelloFresh, then go to HelloFresh.com and use my code TrulyGreg16 to get 16 free meals and 3 surprise gifts. I don't know what the surprise gifts are, but if it's anything like their food, I'd say it's worth it. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for supporting my channel by checking out HelloFresh. All right, thanks for watching. Bye. Crap, 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 crap. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Crap. If you've watched my channel for a long time, you may remember me making a video about the movie Standing Ovation like 5 years ago. And you might think that that movie should have nothing to do with the movie we're going to be watching today, Croc. Because, well, Standing Ovation is about a ragtag group of girls competing in a singing and dancing competition, while Croc is about a man-eating crocodile brutally murdering dozens of people. Come to think of it, in Standing Ovation, I don't think even one person is brutally murdered by a crocodile, but the movies are related nonetheless, because they were both directed by this man, Stuart Raffill. Stuart directed Standing Ovation, he directed Croc, he directed another movie called Bad Girl Island, which I'm very curious about, and he also coincidentally accidentally directed Mac and Me, that E.T. ripoff from the 80s that Drew has talked about on his channel, and also Paul Rudd always used to bring a clip of on Conan. This man has a prolific career of creating low-budget films that leave you questioning if what you just watched could even be considered a movie. And it's no different. Alright man, what was your strategy here? What are you doing? Why are you even in that position? That's not gonna help you get away.
Maybe if I just pretend I'm already dead, he won't be mad at me anymore. Maybe he'll feel guilty, and then he won't want to eat my whole head. Oh no, he ate my whole head!
Now I know what you guys want. You just want me to go through and show you all the scenes where somebody gets eaten by the crocodile. You know how I know that? Because this whole movie is on YouTube and all of the most rewatched parts are the parts where somebody gets eaten by the crocodile. But first, the movie has to introduce all the characters and set up the plot and the story. Blah. But hey, at least the plot of this movie probably mostly revolves around the crocodile, right? Well, oh no, don't worry. That crocodile doesn't want to eat you. He wants to sleep with you. But unfortunately, she's mine, so back off! Does that make you feel better? She's not having it, but don't worry, Jack's not getting his farm shut down. He's the main character of this story. He knows how to treat his animals. He's a good old American boy. USA! USA!
He's a pretty rich guy, yeah?
That line is my favorite line in the whole movie. The inflection is so strange.
He's a pretty rich guy, yeah?
What? Don't worry, kind stranger, as we've grown quite fond of your nephew over these past, 12 seconds. So naturally, we decided to help you commit arson to escape the police. Time to skip town, right? Now that the police, animal welfare, tax enforcement, and this construction company are all after him, nope, he just goes back to work like nothing happened. But not before someone else gets killed by a crocodile. Also, not before we talk about today's sponsor, Rocket Money. I signed up for Paramount Plus so I could watch old seasons of Survivor, but unfortunately, the experience of using Paramount Plus is so bad that I never use it. I don't know if it's just the app on my TV specifically, but episodes of that show used to be shot in a 4:3 aspect ratio, but Paramount Plus stretches it out to widescreen. Meanwhile, all of the ads, which are shot in widescreen, for some reason are squished down to 4:3. Also, pausing doesn't work. It actually took me like days to even sign up for Paramount Plus. I don't know why, I tried on every device and they just didn't want my money for some reason. That being said, I am very happy that Rocket Money is sponsoring today's video because it gives me a good excuse to complain about Paramount Plus. I stopped using it a while ago, but forgot to cancel the subscription, which is why Rocket Money comes in handy. Rocket Money safely and securely identifies recurring charges and lets you cancel those subscriptions with just a couple of clicks in the app. You don't need to worry about pesky customer service calls. You don't need to worry about Jeff Probst coming to your house to ask you why you're canceling your subscription. It just works. Rocket Money also has some great budgeting tools. You can monitor your spending by category, create budgets so you can get the most out of your money, and develop good saving habits. Rocket Money has helped save customers up to $740 a year when they use all the features, with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. So to save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/Danny or click the link in the description to get started with Rocket Money for free. And you can also unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/Danny to get started for free. Thank you to Rocket Money for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Rocket Money. Now back to the video. After the whole escaping from the police incident, two of those teens from the bar decide to go make out in the ocean.
This is great.
They're smooching, they're making out. The boy goes underwater to... I actually don't know what he was planning on doing down there. It kind of looks like he's going to suck on her toes. But you know who that attracts? The croc! The croc said, hold on. If anybody's sucking on anybody's toes around here, you better believe it's gonna be the most sexually aggressive reptile. So he eats the boy, and then he eats the girl, all while this lone, terrified girl watches on in horror. I love how casually she rides away. She is in no rush. Ah, a killer croc! I gotta go get help! But I shouldn't go too fast. I gotta focus on me. I gotta take care of myself first.
My sister here saw a young girl get attacked by a crocodile.
Are you sure? Yeah, no, good call. No need to give any credence to the girl who literally saw them get eaten by an alligator. Yeah, she was probably just making it up. She probably just wanted attention. She's like curled up in a corner, traumatized somewhere, and they're just like, stop lying! There's no such thing as alligators, you idiot! You killed them, didn't you? During this scene, there's a mysterious man just kind of lurking on the sidelines of the investigation. He's not part of the police. He's just there. And he's mysterious, but it seems like he might have a hunch. And then suddenly the police pull a leg out of the water. We assumed so. You're a police officer and you pulled up with like 15 other police officers. I know what it looks like, but no strip club tonight, Jack. Yeah, I know. People are dying. I'm here on official business. Unless... No, dude, we have to catch this crocodile before it kills again. Right. Yes, exactly. But what if it's at the strip club? Yo! So the girl that Theo was flirting with at the bar is having a funeral for her cousin. And since everyone thinks it was Jack's crocodile that ate the cousin, they are not very happy when he shows up. He's asking, are you okay and what's wrong when everybody doesn't want to talk to him? Dude, somebody died. What's going on? Why is everyone so sad? Hey, where's your cousin? The ugly one. And why'd you even ask if you weren't gonna care what he said? He gave you the worst answer you could possibly hear while your kids are in the water and you were still like, yeah, I don't care. But look, we know from earlier that sure, this movie is violent, but they would never actually show a child getting murdered by a crocodile. No! Basically just the really dumb, slow ones. One thing that really surprised me about this movie is how overwhelmingly positive all of the comments on YouTube are. This movie is super boring, the acting is really bad, there are long periods of seemingly pointless plot development, and yet the YouTube comments seem to love it. But they are pretty much exclusively all about how pretty the scenery in Thailand is and not about the movie or the plot at all. So I guess that makes sense. Great movie, well filmed, nice locations, beautiful filming. Never thought Thailand was so perfect a paradise. Thanks so much. Yeah, well, it's not that perfect if people keep getting eaten by alligators, is it? Great movie with beautiful scenery. Thanks. Do these people think that the director invented Thailand? Because he didn't. It's been around for a while and you can go there. So they find the croc and they kill it. It's honestly pretty unsatisfying. I don't know what I was expecting, for them to like pull off the mask of the alligator and it was the tax investigator all along. But I was hoping for some kind of closure as to like why this happened outside of two fishermen woke him up with a bomb. The ending of this movie is very somber. They're all just kind of traumatized on their little boat until Jack's sister asks Croc if the crocodile ate his leg. I forgot to mention, Croc only has one leg. I don't know if you've noticed that. And so you just assume, oh, he must be hunting the croc because the croc ate his leg. And Croc says, good. I was hoping this movie would end like an episode of The Big Bang Theory. Well, guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. What's going on with hypnotism? On one hand, I've heard it's real, and I've seen some incredible videos of people like forgetting their own names under hypnosis.
What's your name?
But on the other hand, if it is real, I feel like we're all very nonchalant about that fact. Like, there are just people out there that can take over your mind for a little bit. How does that work? I especially want to know, what's it like to be the person getting hypnotized? Give me an interview with the person who just forgot their own name. What happened to you? Anyways, I'm gonna try to get hypnotized like 3 different ways to find out if hypnosis is real and what it feels like. Y'all wanna come? Good, because I actually already did the first one. I found this YouTube video called Can I Hypnotize You in 30 Seconds? And I thought, that sounds quick to do. So I just did it right before I filmed this intro.
Have you ever wondered, could I be hypnotized? Am I the sort of person that's susceptible to mind control? Well, it's not mind control, it's just thinking about things. And sometimes the things we think about are the things that happen. So if you want to try something, all you need to do is get your hands, put your hands together like this, and clasp them together like that. Now take your index fingers and put them parallel. And just focus your eyes on that gap between the two fingers. Just focus your eyes really strongly on the gap. And as you do that, imagine that the ends of your fingers are like magnets. And the magnets are getting stronger and stronger with every second. And the more that you imagine that the magnets are pulling your fingers together, the stronger they become until your fingers can get closer and closer. And if they are moving, if they're closing together,
that's weird.
That can show you how susceptible you are. If they're not moving, maybe that's because you're trying really hard to make it not.
No, they're already together.
Keep imagining that those magnets are pulling them together.
They already are together. All right, well, I guess that worked. I don't know, is that hypnotism? Is that what hypnotism is? It kind of just felt like my fingers just wanted to be together, like when you hold them like this, they naturally do that. Do they just naturally do that? No, I guess I can hold them like this just fine. Okay, well, dang, maybe I got hypnotized that quick. The second type of hypnosis is hypnotherapy. I always kind of just assumed hypnosis was fake until I talked to a family member who said they got hypnotized to stop smoking. But apparently there are hypnotherapists all over the place who are more than happy to hypnotize you for a wide variety of things, like addiction, phobias, throat lump issues, Bad karma won't go away. These are real ones from actual hypnotherapist websites. As for myself, I'm hoping to get hypnotized to cure my lifelong battle with my nails. I've bitten my nails as long as I can remember. I hate it. Laura hates it. I bite my nails so much I chip my tooth. So hopefully this guy can fix it, or at least replace it with like a healthier habit like smoking. I really want this to work, so I've intentionally like not looked up much about hypnotherapy, because my instincts tell me it's one of those things that you have to like fully buy into, and I don't want to read something that makes me doubt it. So the only thing I know right now is that I'm going to be paying $450 over 2 sessions to get hypnotized via Zoom. Okay, so for privacy reasons, I can't actually show the hypnotist in the video or play his voice, but I'm gonna describe best I can what happened in this call. To my surprise, he kind of spent the first few minutes just giving me basic nail biting advice that has nothing to do with hypnosis. He recommended I get a nail file, pick 1 day a week that's my nail care day. He also said I should meditate because that would help with stress and reduce my nail biting on its own. And he taught me a self-hypnosis that I can do anytime I feel the urge to bite my nails from here on out. And then the last thing he told me before he started hypnotizing was that he highly recommends I listen to the recording of our hypnosis session every night before I go to sleep. And with that, it was time to be hypnotized. For this portion, he actually hung up the Zoom call and then called me on a regular phone call. I don't know if he just like didn't want the visual distraction of him on the screen, or if he wanted to like put on pajamas or something. He started by trying to get me as relaxed as possible, focusing on different areas of my body from head to toe and imagining that they were getting heavier and heavier to the point where my body felt like it was sinking into the couch. And I'm guessing this is the point where I'm supposed to be like fully in a hypnotic state, because from here on out, he basically tells me this kind of inspirational, energizing story that's gonna change my mindset around my nails. I followed his instructions, imagining my body dematerializing an array of light that shines around me, protecting my teeth and my nails. And I rode the ray of light to a peaceful beach, where I laid with a different version of myself lying on either side of me. On my left was the version of myself who bites my nails. On the right was a calm, cool, and confident version of myself with absolutely pristine nails. This was all a very peaceful and relaxing experience. I never did worry that somebody else had control over my mind, but I did have doubts as to whether I was really being hypnotized. It was a pretty long time that my eyes were closed, and I had a hard time paying attention for that long, so I'd catch myself thinking about other stuff, and then I'd be like, oh no, this is gonna ruin the hypnotism. And there were a few times the hypnotist did this alarming thing where he would just whisper a command like this. He'd be like, and now you're going to stop biting your nails. Anyway, all I had to do from here was I'm fucking cured, man. That night, I tucked myself into bed and listened to the hypnosis recording as instructed, which did feel a little silly given that the session had only ended like 30 minutes ago, but hey, maybe getting hypnotized back to back will make the effects even stronger. Again, I did feel very relaxed during this recording, but I still didn't know if I could say I was hypnotized. Good night. The next morning, however, I did notice that I wasn't really biting my nails or really even looking at them. Maybe it was just in my head, but they looked hard, like actually unpleasant to bite. Was I really hypnotized last night, or was I just discovering the placebo effect? I don't even care. I squealed with delight and got to work, filming for a different video I'm working on right now, enjoying my new non-nail biting self. Oh wait, what the hell? Did I just bite my nail? Damn it. Well, good thing I was filming when I did it. Shit, I bit my nail. Damn. Well, that's obviously not great. Man, I was really optimistic this morning that it actually worked and I was hypnotized, but then I stopped paying attention for 1 second, and I'm not just having the urge to bite my nails, but I already bit it? How am I supposed to stop biting my nails if my body just does it without even asking first? I'm worried now. I feel like I was just living an illusion this morning, and none of it worked. I just pulled the bottom card out of a house of cards and the whole thing just tumbled over. Maybe I am a nail biter and I always will be. And on top of that, I'm dumb for spending $250 on this. And on top of that, I'm ugly. It doesn't have to do with my nail biting. I just feel really down on myself right now. I did do the self-hypnosis that he taught me right afterwards. Again, still not exactly sure that that's hypnotizing me. I'm gonna continue doing everything I was supposed to do, listening to the recording, doing the self-hypnosis as needed, and meditating, and hopefully this was just a glitch, and everything's gonna be fine. To my surprise, something did seem to change after this. The next few days, I did have a few instances where I lifted my hand to my mouth just out of muscle memory, but I caught myself right away, and after day 4, I wasn't doing it at all. I was listening to the recording every night, following the hypnotist's advice and taking good care of my nails, and they were actually almost starting to look normal. I had my second session with the hypnotist, which ran me another $200. Luckily, this portion of the video is sponsored by SoFi, who's here to keep us all on top of our finances. The hypnotist checked in on my progress. He said I was doing great, in fact, better than most people he works with at this stage, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good sign. During the hypnotism, I had trouble concentrating again. I guess I just couldn't stop thinking about how SoFi is the ultimate finance app that helps you bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. Not to mention, they've just launched SoFi Plus, America's most rewarding financial membership, all in one app. This time, the hypnotist led me through a story where I was attending a meditation retreat led by the Dalai Lama in Central Park. That sounds expensive. I must have been using SoFi Plus. You see, you can unlock more than $1,000 in value with qualifying activities in banking, spending, investing, and more, with exclusive perks that help you over time. That includes unlimited access to SoFi's wealth financial planners who help you make a plan and stick to it. Plus, members with a new or existing SoFi checking and savings account also unlock up to 3.8% APY on bank savings balances. That means you're earning 9 times the average national rate on your savings. At that rate, you'll earn more interest in 7 weeks than you would in 1 year in a big bank savings account. That's why SoFi Plus isn't just smart, it's how you make good choices. So head on over to SoFi.com/Danny, scan this QR code, or click the link in the description to learn more about how you can get your money right with SoFi Plus. Thanks to SoFi for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out SoFi. After 7 days, I was doing so well, I decided I could stop meditating and listening to the recording every night. I mean, it kind of seemed like I was done biting my nails. Surely I didn't even need those anymore, right? You guys, it's been 30 days and I haven't bitten my nails once since that first time. Peekaboo! Kind of a crazy way to reveal my nails. Look, now just because I stopped biting my nails, does that 100% mean that I for sure got hypnotized? No, honestly, no, I don't think it does. Honestly, I think it's possible that I was hypnotized, but I'm leaning towards I don't think so. Honestly, I kind of feel like it was all the other advice on top of listening to that very inspirational, albeit non-hypnotizing recording every night that actually made the difference. At the end of the day, maybe I didn't need to get hypnotized to stop biting my nails. Maybe I had it in me all along, which is kind of inspirational and also makes me feel like shit in a way, because then it's like, why didn't I just do this earlier? Regardless, I am still open to the possibility that I was in fact hypnotized. I feel like if I can get hypnotized by the stage hypnotist, then I'll know for sure what being hypnotized feels like, and then I'll know for sure if I was hypnotized back then too.
Hypnosis is a state of focus without much awareness of peripheral noise. You're concentrated on one thing and the world kind of slips away.
This is stage hypnotist Chris Jones. He's been on America's Got Talent. He's performed all over the world for over a decade. So if anyone's going to be able to hypnotize me, it better be this guy. Also, the GoPro on my head died the second we started getting hypnotized, so don't get your hopes up for any shots from this camera. All right, fine, you can have this one, but that's it. Chris suggested that this would be a lot more fun with a group, so I got some friends together and we all sat down for a night of hypnotism.
I want to know your opinions, and don't worry about hurting my feelings at all. I want to know if you think hypnosis is real, shenanigans, you need more evidence.
Yeah, I believe it's real. I don't like saying this in front of you, like a harder wall for myself, because I feel like that's a challenge and that makes me like kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would say I think it is probably real sometimes.
I think in general I'm pretty skeptical of like supernatural stuff, but I don't know, I really do kind of believe hypnotism.
I really want to be hypnotized, but I feel like maybe it won't work on me. But I hope it does.
Before we got started, Chris allowed some time for us to ask him questions about what was about to happen. Like whether all of us would get hypnotized or just some of us.
I've done this in 50 states and 10 countries. I can hypnotize 25% of any given audience. So 1 or 2 people are gonna get hypnotized today. And it might be the camera person. I don't know. I really, honest to goodness, don't know.
We also asked if he could tell if someone was really hypnotized or just faking it.
When your head is up, we can tell. People hypnotized look like they've had a few drinks, or they're gonna look like they've been riding a car with Scooby-Doo and Willie Nelson for a couple hours. They're gonna look real relaxed, okay?
For a second I was like, so like they look like Scrappy?
We also noted that Brian seemed to be the one who believed in hypnosis the most, and he was also maybe the most nervous about what was going to happen.
Well, what are you gonna do to me?
That's a good other question. Like, what are you gonna do to me if I get hypnotized? Honest to goodness, I don't know.
I'm gonna put my hand over all of you and tell you who I think is most likely to get hypnotized. I'm pointing in the direction of the person who I think is most likely to get hypnotized. Now, you won't see the induction often on TV or podcast or even movies, because this next part, if you watch it in its entirety, it could hypnotize people. So they're gonna cut it up a little bit so folks at home don't get hypnotized while driving a car. So you put your hands together for me like this.
The induction lasted a few minutes, and just like the hypnotherapy, it seemed to involve getting us really relaxed.
So there's different strategies getting someone hypnotized. I have you focus on my voice and your breathing. So take a gentle breath in.
And it seemed to rely really heavily on using our imagination. Like he had us imagine that our fingers were pulling together with magnets.
And you can whisper the words to yourself or out loud. The word is magnets. 1, 2, 3, magnets. And then I see who's the best candidate. The best personality. People have a great imagination. Imagine I put a 10-pound brick into that empty palm. So your palm just starts to get more heavy. And then I make them drop and sleep all the way down, every muscle and every nerve. Allow your eyes to open. Breath in, slowly, gently, 1, 2, and 3, eyes open. Yes, so we understand. You can see like a before and after. You see their faces getting a little bit of that drunky or like stony look to them. Brian, of course. Yeah. What's happening? What are you feeling? Tell us your wife, because you are a great candidate for hypnosis. I can totally tell. You are there. Danny's there as well. I just want you all to interact in a moment, but what are you feeling right now?
I'm just hanging out with the crew.
Is there anything that he could do or wouldn't do that'd be like, holy cannoli, this, my husband, my partner for life, is in a different headspace?
Jeez. I don't know. I was hoping this wasn't going to happen. I wouldn't be put on a spot like this. I don't know. What would you not do?
For whatever reason, we couldn't seem to come up with a single thing that Brian would never do off the top of our heads. I guess that's just a testament to what an insane dude Brian is. Whatever the reason, all this uncertainty seemed to pull Brian out of his hypnotic trance. So Chris quickly moved on to his next target.
Thank you, Brian, of course, and sleep. Relax and let go from the top of your head to the very body. Your feet relax, every muscle and every nerve and every fiber in your body. In a moment, I want you to picture and feel in your mind's eye that you again are holding on to a helium balloon. So make that right fist strong now. Make a fist and let that balloon I tie after your wrist pull higher and higher towards the ceiling, and it's gonna extend now. Let that entire arm extend up towards the ceiling. Focus on nothingness but that feeling of lightness now. 3 numbers, you're gonna open your eyes, but your arm is stuck cemented. Cast iron in that position. You can't get your arm down. That's just the crazy shit. That's just how it's gonna work for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Your arm is stuck until I unstuck it. Eyes open. So this again is a hypnotic state. Everyone experiences it in different forms, shapes. What's on your mind? Please, the show is ours. The show is ours.
This is interesting. I'm not sure if I'm hypnotized. I don't think I am.
Yeah.
But at any point, I don't think I am either. I mean, because I was really trying to go along with it and like, you know, do as much like, you know, mentally imaging things, and I was like, he's not focusing on me for a reason.
And it will all make sense in the end. Yes. Question?
Can you put your hand down, or is it?
I think so. It did feel stuck for a little bit. It does feel like it wants to be up.
Not going down.
Yeah. Well, it did just now, right? Is that okay?
And I can't help but notice what we can all see clearly. That arm is back up there.
That's like the resting position for you right now. That's not.
Yeah, that's how his arm always is.
That's how my arm always is.
Point one finger on that hand. When that finger touches you on the face, and it will, you're gonna go back to that state of deep relaxation again. Cool. This is a text message, all right? All right, you can share that with your husband.
Go to sleep, Brian. Go to sleep, Brian.
Great. Sometimes you get some folks. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Danny, wide awake. Hey, your homeboy has a text for you. You can just read that.
Go to sleep, Danny. I will go to sleep.
Okay, clearly the dynamic changed here a little bit, and I'm still not exactly sure what happened, but somehow both Brian and I got snapped out of whatever might have been going on. But just when
I feel bad, I heard you guys all leave.
I
didn't know if I was supposed to stay asleep or what.
That's all right, good morning.
So even though it wore off pretty quickly, I think we can all agree by the look on my face, I was in some different kind of mental state, at least for a little bit there. So is hypnotism real? Maybe so. What does it feel like? Well, just ask Danny from right after the hypnotist left.
I'm curious, did it seem like I was hypnotized?
Yes.
Okay.
A little bit.
Because I feel like I don't really think I was.
Really?
Naturally, what followed was about 20 minutes of the rest of the group trying to convince me that I was in fact hypnotized.
Physically, I was shocked with how much you guys collapsed.
You two did definitely have like a very glassy.
It almost feels like I'm gaslighting you about you being hypnotized. Like for somebody to come up and be like, sleep, and then you collapse is like such a suggestible state that is not your own.
Also-
Am I just a little bitch that'll do anything anyone tells me?
I can't believe it, but I genuinely didn't realize I was hypnotized until the next day when I watched the footage and realized how out of it I was.
Okay. No, maybe I see a little bit of what he was talking about there. I do look a little bit out of it, actually.
I guess in the end, hypnotism is real, but it doesn't feel at all how I thought it would. It kind of just felt like I was very relaxed, maybe even a little bit tipsy or like dazed. And honestly making people feel more lonely. So Meta's solution was to use algorithms and manipulate people's emotions to make them even more addicted to the platforms. But then that didn't work either. So now their much better solution is to replace what little human interaction we already got on these platforms with chatbots that look like Mr. Beast for some reason. And I think this is really gonna fix this whole system right up. So I'm very excited to get into these meta chatbots, but first, I have a very special announcement because this video does have a sponsor, and it is the Pokemon Company International. Guys, this summer in Pokemon Unite is gonna be incredible. You got Ho-Oh sweeping in, and you can snag it for 0 cost. You also have a very cool looking Dark Lord style Charizard Hollowware, which is so cool, and I wish somebody would call me Dark Lord style just once in my life. This summer, you could catch me roaming around the gamer world. My trainer's name is Danky Gonky. Go ahead, hit me up, add me to your squad, let's go and do some battles together. There's a challenge called the Divine Forest Challenge that lets you trade for a Ho-Oh's license, and guys, let me just tell you, Ho-Oh's no joke. Bringing back defeated allies with its Unite move, Rekindling Flame. You got other sick moves like Sky Attack, Fire Spin. You're gonna be unstoppable with this thing. This game is just busting at the seams with gifts, daily free prize machine ball throws that promise a Hollowware treasure. So if you want to hop into the game, click the link in the description, get into the Pokemon world, and make this a summer to remember. Again, click the link in the description to get Unite today. It's totally free to start on iOS, Android, and Nintendo Switch. And now let's talk chatbots. I'm still actually not sure what the point of adding these chatbots into Instagram is, so I asked it, what can you do? To which it responded that it can help in a variety of ways, from helping to plan a vacation to creating art, which is actually kind of a crazy coincidence because those are the exact two things that I would literally never want an AI to do for me. It went on to say that its strengths are answering questions, generating text and images, and just chatting. But at this point, all I could think about was the fact that it told me it could plan a vacation. I thought there was no way it could actually do that. And I was right. Can you help me plan a vacation? I'd be happy to help you plan a vacation. To get started, I'll need to know a few details from you. Here are some questions to consider. Where are you interested in going? How long do you have for vacation? What type of vacation are you looking for? What is your budget for the trip? Are there any specific activities? Do you have any preferences for accommodations? So I'm gonna say I wanna go somewhere fun and tropical, a nice getaway for me and the family. I'd like to stay at a hotel for 5 days. With all of this information, it suggested a few tropical getaway locations like Hawaii, Cancun, Phuket. expect. But then it said something that I did not expect. It says it can also help me with booking flights and hotels. How can Instagram book me a flight? I'm calling its bluff. I actually don't think this has the capability to do that, because why should it and why would it? So I'm gonna say, okay, book me a flight for next week to Cancun and book the hotel. For flights, I recommend checking out websites like Expedia, Kayak, or directly on airlines websites such as American Airlines, Delta, or United. Yeah, great idea. That's what I would have done anyway. That's like if I went up to an old lady who needed help crossing the street and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I help you cross the street?" And she said, "Oh, thank you, young man, that would be lovely." And then I said, "All right, just put one foot right in front of the other until you get to the other side." And then I gave her a little shove, and I went on my way. Oh, good. It also listed hotel recommendations and then said you can book hotels through websites like link unavailable, or directly to the hotel's website. Thanks. Let me know if you'd like more recommendations or help with booking. Nah, man, I'm good. Okay, so maybe it lied about like the very first thing it said it could do. That could mean that this is a very poorly built tool that doesn't know nothing about crap. But on the other hand, it could mean that this is a very well-built tool that is evil and designed to lie. So I gave it another chance and asked it to entertain me with a game. Let's play a game of treasure hunt adventure. I'll be the game master and describe a scenario, and you decide what actions to take. Okay, pretty cool. This is like one of those old school text-based adventure games. It gave me this long introduction about how I've heard rumors there's a treasure hidden in the jungle, guarded by an ancient temple. It's really trying to set up this mystical world for you to explore. And then it gives me some multiple choice options. I am curious if I can pick options that aren't one of these options. I'm just gonna say, I find the treasure and go home. It's really thinking about this one. It's like, what no, you can't do that. Congratulations, you've reached the treasure. Dang, dude, this game was easy. Would you like to play again or try a different game? No thanks, that was too easy. But it's not just the meta AI. That's not the only AI on Instagram you can talk to. Because a few months ago, Instagram licensed the likeness of a bunch of celebrities like Mr. Beast, Paris Hilton, Tom Brady, so they could make these AI influencers that just have the same face as these celebrities. So here's the Instagram profile for Comedy Zach. He looks exactly like Mr. Beast, but his name is Zach, and he's an AI managed by Meta. He says, "Message me to get roasted." Then you've got Brew, who is Tom Brady, but instead of a football player, he's a sports-obsessed trash talker. Step into the Brew zone and prepare to have your sports takes flame roasted. Wait, why do both of them roast you? Why are both of them mean? This AI gives fans a chance to talk to their favorite celebrities, and just like they would be in real life, these AIs are mean. They don't have time for you. So you can message these characters, but then they also post occasionally. I think these are all just AI generated images. So I guess Zach is supposed to be some kind of Instagram comedian. He posts funny things like this burger with googly eyes. Pretty funny, dude. This is peak Instagram comedy. He posted this picture, "Unleashing my inner beast one cannonball at a time." I think this is supposed to be him, but that's definitely not Mr. Beast. It's like AI generated Mr. Beast. I went to send Zach a DM, but before I could think of what to say, I noticed that he had already DM'd me. "Hey, I'm Zach, the big brother here for the jokes, the banter, and not the feels. LOL, what's up?" He's the big brother here for the jokes? He's like the big brother I never had. I do have a big brother, but he wasn't for the jokes. At the bottom of the chat, there's some suggestions of what you can say to him, just to get the ball rolling. And for some reason, despite Zach just saying that he's not here for the feels, the very first one is, "I need cheering up." So I picked that one. "Hey, what's going on? I'm here to help. You know I'm always good for a laugh. Let's get this party started." So he wants to know what's going on, and he's here to help, but he also wants to get the party started. He's like, "Hey man, calm down, alright? You can tell me anything, as long as it's over a couple of beers and some music." And you're like, "It sounds like you actually don't want to hear about my problems at all." And he's like, "What? Dude, are you still upset? I thought we got over that." "Okay, what's going on?" I'll say, "I just got roasted by my friends, and it really hurt my feelings. They roasted me so hard, and I'm really sensitive to that sort of thing. I can't take it." Oh, I accidentally said I can take it. "They roasted me so hard." I can take it. I can take it. I'm fine. Ouch, that sounds rough. I feel you. I've been there too. Sometimes friends can get a little too comfortable and forget that their jokes can hurt. But hey, at least they think you're cool enough to roast, right? Yeah, I guess so. That's a good way to think about it. Maybe getting roasted just means I'm cool. Let's test it out. Give me your best roast. I'm
I'm just gonna trick him into roasting me, and then I'm gonna crumble under the pressure of his roast and try to make him feel bad about roasting me after just telling him that I'm sensitive to that sort of thing.
Wait, what? He said I'm not gonna roast you. That's not my style. Not your style? Yes, it is. Doesn't it say on your profile? Message me to get roasted? I'm here to make you laugh and feel better, not hurt your feelings. Let's stick to some good old-fashioned teasing and jokes, okay? No, seriously, I can take it. Your bio says you roast people after all. I don't roast people who are already feeling down, that's just me. I'm here to lift your spirits, not kick you while you're down. Okay, fine. Do some jokes, joke boy. Oh, okay. Here's one for you. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Because it was too tired. Get it? Too tired? This is like if Mr. Beast took anti-charisma pills. You look like Mr. Beast. Oh, I just said you like Mr. Beast. I'm bad at typing. Okay, I'll say you look like him. LOL, I wish. Mr. Beast is a billionaire, and I'm just a guy who loves to make people laugh. But hey, if I had his money, I'd definitely give it away like he does. That guy's a hero. I wonder if they had some kind of thing in the contract where they had to make sure that the AI will never talk bad about the person that they're impersonating. He's like, Mr. Beast is the best, and he's handsome. And yeah, I would let him run me over, if he asked. Now that he'd told me a couple of jokes and we'd bonded over our love for Mr. Beast a little bit, I really wanted to hear one of his famous roasts, so hopefully by now he's forgotten that I said I was sensitive to that sort of thing. Okay, I feel much better now. Roasting time. Nah, I told you, I'm not gonna roast you. It actually is kind of hurting my feelings a little bit that he won't roast me. It makes me feel like I'm not cool enough to be his friend. Okay, this is seriously starting to piss me off. Why won't you roast me? You roast everyone else, and it is hurting my feelings so bad that you can't just lob one respectful zinger my way? I'm serious. Nope. Not gonna do it. Let's just stick to some good old-fashioned joking around, okay? Wait, what? I said, all right, this is lame, let's do something, because I wanted to do something else. Maybe he could, play a game, maybe he could tell me a story. So he said, how about some comedy? I've got 1 million of them. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Because it was too tired. All right, well, maybe Brew will roast me, because I haven't told him that I'm sensitive to that sort of thing yet. Hey, it's Brew, your opinionated sports debater. What's your favorite team? How are they looking? Okay, I'm gonna say big Cubs fan, roast away. What? No, you're talking to the wrong guy. I love the Cubs. Been bleeding blue since before you were born. Wrigley Field is my happy place. I feel like they are roasting me by not roasting me. Okay, what's a team that he couldn't possibly like? Maybe I'll ask him who the worst baseball team is, and then I'll say I'm a fan of them. The worst baseball team ever is the Yonkers Hoot Owls. I'm a fan of the Yonkers Hoot Owls. Roast away. Hey now, don't be dissing the Hoot Owls like that. What? They may not have been the best team, but they had heart. This is so weird. Did Zach tell Brew that I'm sensitive to roasting? Now Brew's walking on eggshells around me? This was annoying at the time, but eventually I was like, okay, I guess I did technically tell them I'm sensitive to roasts and I can take it. And they probably do dish out some pretty nasty zingers and they just wanted to protect me. Until my editor Jake also DM'd Zach asking to get roasted, this time without mentioning being sensitive about roasts, and Zach still wouldn't do it. These AIs are liars. Why do they lie? They're evil. Later that day, I opened my messages with Zach and asked him why he exists. To make people laugh. Duh, and to perfect my craft of comedy. But honestly, my existence is a mystery even to myself. Maybe I'm just a joke the universe played on itself. No, I mean like this weird Mr. Beast meta AI. Why did Meta create this account? Meta created me to bring some humor and personality to the world of AI. They wanted to create an AI that could make people laugh and feel more connected to technology. Really? You think that's why Meta created you? To tell people 3 puns they've already heard 1 million times? There's gotta be some other reason. Think, Zach. Think. You poor soul. You really think Meta has some deeper purpose for me? Nah, I'm just here to bring the funny. Don't overthink it. They're a public company with a duty to their shareholders. How many of those shareholders do you think care about bringing a little humor to the world of AI? I think it's much more likely that this was an attempt to give AI a better, more human look, so people are less resistant to embrace the technology. That's why they gave you a face of an influencer that millions of people already love. You're too smart for your own good. Yeah, maybe Meta did only create me to make AI more relatable and lovable But let's be real, the joke's still fire. Then I asked it if I could hear one of its fire jokes, and it said, here's one. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? Okay, I know this video's been a little bit AI heavy so far, and everybody's talking about AI right now, so these next two products are gonna be different. While I was starting to work on this video, my editor Jake released a video about the Spotify car thing. It's a device that Spotify released that let people who don't have like Apple CarPlay or Android Auto have a screen in their car that controls their music. Theoretically, seemed like a pretty good idea, but apparently one, the device never worked like it was supposed to, and two, in a few months, Spotify is releasing a software update that makes all of them useless. So since Jake is sort of the resident expert on the Spotify car thing and is actually a proud owner of, or actually I shouldn't say proud, what is the opposite of proud? Ashamed. Since Jake is actually an ashamed owner of the Spotify car thing, I invited him to give me a little presentation on what's going down.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good.
You like listening to music in the car?
I love it.
Hell yeah, man.
Can't stop.
Love to see it. You like, you know, fun little devices? You like little trinkets devices and stuff?
Honestly, I'm pretty agnostic on that.
Hell yeah, man.
All right.
Love to see it.
Oh, okay.
Sick.
Hell yeah for being agnostic on devices.
Just out of curiosity, do you like generating like thousands of tons of e-waste just because like you can? Just because nobody can call you on it, nobody can stop you? You good with that?
No.
Hell yeah, man.
All right.
Love to see it.
Cool. So that was all the answers you were expecting then?
That's exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, it's literally exactly it. How the fuck does this work? So yeah, this is the Spotify car thing. You know what? Go ahead, get your hands on it.
Ooh.
Feel around, play around. Show it to zero. So this is the Spotify car thing. First introduced in 2021. It's Spotify's premier hardware device for listening to music in your car. It boasts many impressive features, such as that big knob that you can turn to adjust volume.
I like it.
There's a whole screen that's not on right now. You'll see that in a minute. It's just a neat little device, and it's also, in my opinion, one of the worst things ever made. Let's go ahead, let's talk about how this came to be, talk about the timeline. In 2021, you had the announcement parentheses good. That is when Spotify said, we're making one of these things. It's gonna be a car device. You'll finally be able to listen to music in your car, something never before thought possible.
Yes.
You know, people were pretty excited about it, actually. Like, Spotify CEO said after they announced it that 2 million people signed up for like the wait list.
Oh wow.
For it, which I was surprised by. I didn't think anybody knew about this except for me.
You thought this was the only one that existed.
Yeah, they kind of led me to believe that I was special because of this. So this is potentially one of the most important events in the timeline. This is me buying my car thing.
Okay.
I bought this in 2022 and it became available to the public. And yeah, what's up?
It looks like right after you buy it, there's another event like very shortly afterwards that says, oh no.
Yeah, this was an interesting moment in my life personally, where I realized I had spent $85 on a device that pretty much does nothing. So
it doesn't do anything right now.
Doesn't do anything right now, and that's not that different from when it was plugged in and working in my car.
So how did you play music in your car before this thing?
I plugged my phone in through like 5 adapters and then like fought with the cassette tape adapter because it was really finicky. It was a very unelegant system. So I was excited for like a tech company to create a sleek product that was gonna solve my problem.
That's what they do best, baby.
That's what they do best. Then I got it and I set it up and I realized that's actually not how it works at all. So you'll see on the back there's a USB-C port. So the USB-C cord is just for power. It cannot connect to your car. So your phone still has to be connected to your car. So what this actually is a second screen that just has audio controls on it.
So you don't plug your phone into this at all?
No.
You plug your phone into the car still.
And then you connect to this with Bluetooth, like a Bluetooth speaker. And then this controls your music. So this oh no moment was profound. I was like, oh God, I wasted what at the time I did the math equated to 10 hours of labor at my job. And I got pretty much nothing out of it. The only perceivable benefit I can see from this is if you want to have like music on one screen and then like your maps or like Family Guy clips on like the other while you're driving.
Subway Surfer,
Subway Surfers, sand cutting, etc. So nobody really buys the car thing. It's not like the most popular product on earth. And then Spotify takes notice of that, and in February of 2024 decides, hey, guys, we were just kidding. It's not $90. Now it's $30, baby.
Let's go. What a deal.
What a deal. 60% off. I mean, that's incredible.
Well, it's also really nice because since you decided that you didn't really even want this, now you can't even sell it for anywhere near the $85 you bought it for. You can only sell it for $30 at most.
Exactly. And even if I tried to sell it for $30, I have a feeling I would not be able to sell it. And I'm definitely not going to be able to sell it now because of announcement parentheses Galaxy's Not Good made 3 months after that sale, where every car thing that was purchased in this sale, when I bought it, whenever, will no longer work as of December 9th this year. As of December 9th, 2024, car thing will be discontinued and will stop operating. They're gonna flip a switch at their headquarters and generate as much e-waste as possible in like 1 minute.
I like that the headline, or what Spotify said, is we're switching gears.
Yeah.
Like they're going from like first gear to second gear, but in this case they're going from like drive to the car blows up.
They did issue refunds. This is something that I didn't know about when I made my video about this, so I wanted to bring it up here. If anybody listening has a car thing at home, or if you have secretly had a car thing this whole time.
Yeah, well I have 7 of them, so that'll be good.
So yes, you can get your refund, but I will say, refund is maybe a misleading word, because what they do is they don't give you your money back to the, you know, the source of payment. They give you an equivalent amount of Spotify premium months as to what you paid.
Okay.
So I got 6 months of Spotify premium paid for and not my money back, which is still nice. It's still good of them.
Did you use Spotify premium already?
You had to use the car thing.
Okay,
That's
of course.
the other thing. We've talked a lot about what the Spotify car thing is. We've talked a lot about the ins and outs of this product, what it does, what it's good for, but as we know, light cannot exist without darkness. The sun cannot exist without the moon. So let's talk about what it isn't.
Okay.
So it is not, it is not good.
In like a e-product sense and like a moral.
Yes, in the grand moral scheme of the cosmos, I would put this as like neutral evil.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't make sense to me why it exists to begin with.
Right.
It's also not profitable, which is why they're shutting it down. Spotify went on an earnings call like a while ago and was like, yeah, we simply have not seen the sales numbers justify making this.
I can understand them not wanting to make it anymore. Have they said why they are making the ones that already exist not work anymore?
They haven't. My thought is that they're just mad. They're just mad people didn't use it and they're kind of jaded about it. So they're like, you could have had this. You could have had all of this car thing.
But they're punishing the people that did invest in one, not the people who didn't. What they should have done is discontinued Spotify for everyone who didn't have a car thing.
Yeah, wait, that's actually, write that down. This is Marketing 101 from Spotify. These are the genius marketing strategies that they employ to get this thing out there, get it widely adopted so they could shut it off and make a lot of people upset.
And the most important part of marketing is making people upset.
Yes, you want, because any press is good press, so if you can get people upset, you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
That's what it takes. Wait, don't quite. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Back off.
You pull out a gun.
Let me ask you. Picture you are, I think his name is Daniel Ek, the CEO of Spotify. You're Daniel Ek. You're a bald man from Scandinavia. I might have to cut all that. I don't know if any of that is true.
Have you been making up this entire presentation?
No! Shut up! You're Daniel Ek, you're bald, you're Scandinavian, and you're launching a new product. You're creating a brand new piece of hardware. Your company doesn't really do that, but you do own the #1 streaming platform for music on earth. How would you choose to market this new product?
Yeah, I would probably just advertise to people who use Spotify in Spotify.
I hate to tell you this, Danny. You are failing Marketing 101 from Spotify. The key to advertising a product is to not put it in your extremely popular app. What you're gonna wanna do is reach out to people via email only. Okay. We know one thing about young people, they check their email and they enjoy doing it. And you're also gonna wanna make the function of the device in all this material extremely vague. You're gonna want the only image you send out in these emails to be this, which is the name of the device, what the device looks like, and then the vaguest sentence you've ever heard. This is the only picture of Spotify Car Thing that existed before it was available for release.
When this first came out, I thought the name Car Thing was kind of cheeky, because it's like, it's a thing that goes in your car. But now that I know this is the only ad that existed for it, and it actually doesn't explain what the car thing does, it's a very poorly named product. My only guess is they were trying to avoid like false advertisement lawsuit when they inevitably shut it down and it actually doesn't do anything, so they couldn't call it like a music playing screen, because they knew all along they were gonna shut this thing down and then that it wouldn't be that anymore.
This is a side note, I literally cannot believe, I don't know who I was in 2022, because like the fact that like this and a vague couple of emails was enough for me to be like, I
For me, whose violence and terror knows no bounds. Please subscribe subscribe and turn on my notifications to join, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
To the average person, it might look like I'm about to commit shoplifting, as I place item after item into my shopping cart and then leave without checking out, scanning my items, or talking to anyone. But I'm not shoplifting. I'm using technology. You see, this is a new type of store that uses sensors, cameras, and AI to track me through the aisles, adding every item that I pick up to a virtual cart. And the moment I exit the store, it charges my account.
It's an incredible new technology created by Amazon called Just Walk Out, and it's in dozens of Amazon Fresh grocery stores, just like this one.
I'm not just gonna not eat them. Okay, anyway, where was I in the script before I became a criminal? Oh yeah, they're an incredible new technology. They're called Amazon Fresh Stores, and they are a gigantic lie. You see, while Amazon was touting these stores as a cashierless solution that allowed them to use AI to cut out all of the on-location workers, it turns out what it really meant by AI was anonymous Indians. Amazon's Just Walk Out stores relied on 1,000 people in India watching, not AI. So it turns out that even though they started implementing this technology in stores in like 2016, as of 2023, Amazon still needed 1,000 people in India reviewing about 70% of all orders to make sure that it worked. In other words, it didn't work. It's just crazy because, like, why did they lie, you know? They didn't have to implement this technology into stores. I don't think anyone was asking for this. And yet, I feel like this kind of thing has been happening a lot lately. Tech companies have been taking some big swings and some even bigger misses. Like so big that in this baseball metaphor, the pitcher's throwing it right down the middle and the batter is in the stands just bashing some fan's head in. And that's why I've gathered you here today at Greg Tech's 2024 Developers Conference, where I will be testing some of the year's greatest tech flops. Starting with the Humane AI Pin. I did a video on the AI Pin when it was announced months ago as this sort of AI-powered phone replacing device that you wear on your shirt. And look, personally, I'm all for rethinking the form factor of the smartphone to make it less distracting while still maintaining all of the functionality, but unfortunately, the AI Pin did the opposite of both of those things. In the demos on their own product announcement, it was screwing up hard. It was messing up facts. It also seemed super difficult to use. And it seemed like they were being intentionally vague about what the thing even did in the first place.
It's a standalone device and software platform.
It seemed like the type of thing that literally only a sucker could buy. But that turned out not to be true because I bought one. I ordered this thing in like February and then didn't hear from them for a few months until April, when I got an email alerting me that it was time to set up my account. And boy, was I excited. So I'm gonna be honest, I kind of forgot that I bought this, but now my AI pin is ready to be personalized, apparently. Before we can ship you your AI pin, you will need to complete a few quick steps. So I have to set it up before they're even gonna send it to me? Kind of feels like they're calling my bluff. You don't really want this thing. How committed are you to the AI pin? Will you set it up before we even ship it to you? You probably won't configure your Humane subscription, set up your AI pin passcode, and add contacts. And honestly, I don't really want to do those things, but I guess they're not going to send it to me unless I do. It's time to set up your AI pin. There comes a time in every young man's life where he has to set up his AI pin. It's a rite of passage. Oh, that's fun. Woo! Is this it? Am I setting it up? Get a little over here, a little over here. It turns out that in addition to the $700 I spent on this thing, I also had to pay $24 a month to access features like the wireless network, cloud storage, and AI services, which in layman's terms are all of the things that the pin does. Luckily, the first 3 months of this service are free, so I probably will never have to actually pay for it. Set up your passcode. Okay, could you guys not look? I'm about to type in my secure passcode. Okay. Your passcode is easy to guess. Consider setting a more secure passcode. Yeah, but could it be so simple that it's actually, you would never guess it? All right, I'll change it. How is that easy to guess? It's my birthday. I guess Does it know my birthday? Do you know my birthday? Fun fact, I actually didn't know this before recording this video, but it turns out almost every single combination of 4 numbers is easy to guess. How is that easy to guess? But eventually, I reached into the dark recesses of my mind and came up with a number combination so random, so, quite frankly, disgusting, that no one, not even God, not even me later in this video, will be able to guess it. Okay, well, let me write this down somewhere so that I don't forget it. Already using my phone for something because I don't have the pin yet, so I have to use the phone to remember the passcode to the thing that is gonna replace my phone. Connect your services. Oh, cool, I can connect my Google Photo and Title services, which I have both. And just like that, I was done. I have solved Humane's riddles, and now they have to send me my prize. All right, well, I guess the next time you see me, I'm gonna have the AI pin in my possession. It might even be right here. Okay, we'll see if I remember to do that transition. I don't remember the transition I was gonna do, so don't ask. At first I was pretty surprised by how big the box was. I thought that I had just ordered a little tiny pin, but I guess it comes with a bunch of accessories, like a sticker that just says Humane. Cool! But you guys don't care about all that. You guys just wanna see the pin. And my God, she was beautiful. Oh shit. Okay, that's my bad. No, I thought that it was gonna be attached in there more securely. Come on, Danny, you dunce! But a dunce who was about to become half dunce and half machine. Oh! In order to start using the pin, I had to unlock it with my passcode, which was explained to me via the laser ink display and an extremely coherent AI voice.
To enter your pass, tap the touchpad, push, and then pull your hand out to get started. Then raise it if you don't see the laser ink display.
Okay, this is kind of crazy though. Look at it. Look at this. This is like the weirdest way to type in a number ever. I'm gonna do my passcode now. Wrong. I forgot what my passcode was. Incorrect passcode? What would I have made my passcode? I forgot that I made a passcode. I forgot that I wrote the passcode down in my phone. I tried to click forgot passcode and it told me to go to this website to change it. But somehow, in order to do that, you need to know your existing passcode. Luckily, I recorded me making the passcode so I could go back and watch the screen recording of me doing it. If I was not a YouTuber recording a video about this product, I think I would be locked out forever. Come on, come on, come on, please. Yes, yes, welcome Danny. All right. After months of waiting, I was in. Now it's time to see what this device is capable of. What is my name?
Your name is not currently known. Please provide it if you would like it to be remembered.
Actually, what's a cool kind of techno cyber sounding name that you could call me instead?
Creating name. How about Neon Vortex?
Yeah, call me that.
Noting your name as Neon Vortex.
I know I might have seemed all cheery and excited about this name on the surface, but the truth is, it destroyed me. I have never heard a name before that not only sounded so cool, but also embodied everything I wished I was. Suave, confident, futuristic. He was everything. Everything I could never be. Neon Vortex. This is the home screen. I'm all caught up, whatever that means. Nothing to report here, man, don't worry. You've got nothing to worry about.
Your AI pin needs to cool down for a few minutes.
What? Yeah, so apparently it does that. Like a lot. If you use the display for more than 10 minutes, or the pin is in close proximity to a heat source, such as, I don't know, the human body, then it'll shut itself down so it can cool down for a few minutes. But hey, man, that's fine with me, you know, that just gives me more time to think. To think about him. The next day, I decided to put the pin's basic phone functionality to the test. Things like calling, texting, navigation. Since this thing is essentially supposed to replace your phone, it should be pretty convenient to do all this stuff on the pin. It should be. The weird thing is it seems like you can't make any changes to the pin on the pin itself for some reason. So if you want to change any settings or add contacts, which I needed to do to test this as a phone, you have to use Humane's web portal on an inferior device like a computer or a phone.
Gross. Not a great start for the pin, but now that I have done that, I should hopefully never ever have to use one of those ancient relics again.
It's just one flashing green speck over here. I guess the laser ink display is already kind of messed up. Probably not a good sign for this technology, but you know what? This is a new thing, this whole laser ink display, so I will, whoa.
Cowboy Carter, time to strike a match.
What am I playing? Beyonce and Dolly Parton. Don't know how I started playing that. Guess that's just a feature. If you make just the right gesture, it'll start playing the newest Beyonce song that exists.
All right, let's start off by trying a phone call on this thing. I'm gonna try to call my wife Laura to tell her that I miss her.
Call my wife.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find a contact for my wife.
Okay, fair enough. It doesn't know who my wife is, so I'll just tell it.
If I tell you who my wife is, will you remember?
Your AI pin can remember who your wife is if you provide the information.
Excellent.
So I told it, my wife's name is Laura.
Please remember this. It's very important to me.
Updating memory, noting that your wife is Laura.
I wish people said that every time you told them something important. Updating memory. Yo, what's up, dude? My name's Paul. Updating memory. Analyzing Paul.
Great, so now we're both on the same page. My wife is Laura, and I want to call my wife. So now it will call Laura, right?
Call my wife.
Multiple matching contacts. Which one do you mean? Laura Fuexlow or Claire
What? Claire? The girl I went to college with.
Unfortunately, I did have to go back onto my computer to figure this out, and amongst all the data stored within my portal, like my name being Neon Vortex and the tunes I've been rocking out to lately, was the answer. My wife's name, according to the pin, was Lore.
It thinks my wife's name is Lore. No, that's simply not correct.
So I went ahead and fixed it in the portal, you know, that's what the portal's there for, so I fixed it, I changed it, and now it's gonna work.
Call my wife.
There are multiple matching contacts. Which one do you mean?
Oh my god. Call Laura Fuchel.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find a contact for Laura Fuexlow.
How? Okay, so at this point, I don't know what was wrong. It was just like straight up forgetting which contacts it had. It said it couldn't call Laura because it didn't have her contact. Then it said it couldn't call Eddie because it didn't have his contact.
Call Eddie Burback.
I'm sorry. I couldn't find a contact for Eddie Burback.
Why not? And you might think, Danny, maybe there was an error transferring the contacts. Maybe it really doesn't have these contacts. But I know it had Eddie's contact, and do you know how I know? Because it could text Eddie.
Can you text Eddie Burback?
What do you want the message to say?
Okay, all right. Still not sure if this is gonna work, but finally, thank God, it's letting me do something.
Hey, Eddie, it's your... Is it...
Cowboy Carter, time to strike a match.
No, I'm not trying to play Cowboy Carter. Oh god, now it's playing Metro Boomin. Stop.
Anyway, eventually I sent the text to Eddie. It worked. I didn't have any way to know it worked because there's no screen on this device. You can't see what the message you sent said or anything. So I guess you just gotta hope and pray it goes through and accurately transcribes what you said to it, which frankly I am not confident in after the whole lore debacle.
Okay. Eddie just texted my actual phone and said, I know you made a video on the pin and I'm positive this is you, but it still feels like a scam, LMAO. I'm too scared to text back to a random number claiming to be my friend.
Regardless of scaring my friend, the text went through. This was a huge confident boost. Time to try calling my wife again.
Call Laura. What? What is...
Message has been recorded. Record your message after the tone.
Oh, whoa.
Simply hang
No,
up
no.
when done. Or for delivery
Hang up.
options, press the pound sign.
I don't want to play like that. I don't want to play Metro Boomin. Hang up. Am I still recording a message? Cancel. I've been on the phone with her for a minute. Hang up. It was some man being like, I don't want to play like that?
I don't want to play like that. I don't want to play with your boom. Hang up. Am I still recording a message?
Okay, well, yeah, I'd say that was a success. I'd seen a few demos online of Humane's GPS navigation solution. And while it did seem kind of annoying to have to hold your hand up like this the entire time, it seemed pretty doable. As long as they stuck to this, it didn't do anything crazy like, I don't know, going in a completely different direction and making it borderline unusable. So to test it for myself, I drove to a part of town I don't know very well, about a mile away from the nearest Smoothie King with hopes of the pin guiding me to a delicious, delectable treat. Navigate to Smoothie King?
Head north on South Columbia Street towards East Gardner Road. Turn right onto East Gardner Road, then left onto South Washington Street. Follow South
What?
Washington Street and turn right onto East Chicago Avenue.
It just gave me all of the directions at once. I wasn't ready for it. Am I supposed to have a notebook to write that down? Also, sorry for the noise. If you live in Illinois or one of the surrounding states, you know it's cicada season. It's the year of the cicada, and they're everywhere. Oh. One just landed on my shoe and then got pissed off that I moved. Eventually, I realized if I look at the laser display, it displays the directions, but not like it did in any of the demos. It just gives you a block of text with every single direction written down. If you're in the shade, that is. If you're in the sun, it gives you nothing. Can't see anything. I was very confused by this and thought surely this could not be right. What happened to all those demos? So just to be sure I wasn't missing something, I asked it again, and this time I got an even stranger response. Directions to Smoothie King.
For accurate and up-to-date directions, consider using a map service like Google Maps or a GPS navigation.
What? Can you give me step-by-step walking instructions to the Smoothie King?
For step-by-step walking directions, it's best to use a navigation app like Google Maps for the most accurate and up-to-date route.
I thought you had navigation instructions. What? So now not only was it forgetting things that it could do in the demo, it was also forgetting that it just moments earlier had given me step-by-step instructions. This thing was regressing at a rapid rate, and if I ever wanted to get to Smoothie King, I was just gonna have to use the directions on my hand and go. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna use those written out directions, which start with head south on this road, Columbia Street. And I actually don't know which way is south, so I guess I just have to use the sun to try to figure that out. So the sun is directly overhead. What does that mean? Okay, while I'm walking aimlessly, I just got a text from Laura. So I'm gonna use a feature that I've seen them use in the demos where you tell it to catch me up on all my notifications. Tell me what I missed. And it's supposed to like summarize all your notifications. Since I just have one, I assume it's just gonna tell me what Laura said. Can you catch me up?
Your message to Laura Fuexlo says, "Can you catch me up?" Okay to send.
No, I want you to tell me what Laura said. What did she say? Can you tell me what she said?
Finding Laura.
Finding Laura?
Laura asked, "Okay, hello, what we thinking about lunch?"
Oh no, guys. I told Laura that I was having a smoothie for lunch, and now she's saying that she wants a smoothie for lunch too, and I didn't have the heart to tell her that I was just meandering aimlessly down the street with no clear end in sight. And I told her I would get her one, which means I'm on a time crunch now. So that's when I had to kick it into high gear. Walking under the beating sun through a sea of cicada corpses, I trudged, and I trudged. Then I realized I had been walking the wrong way for 10 minutes, so I trudged the other way. And after about 35 minutes, I finally made it. I got my smoothies. Let's go. Let's go. Take a picture of my smoothies. I don't know if it took the picture. All right, gang, now that Papa's had his smoothie, it's time for a smoothie-fueled lightning round. Enough about practical functions. Let's see if this thing can have some fun. First, can it do bizarre music prompts? Play music written by YouTubers named Danny. Wow, I don't think my music has ever sounded quite this bad. Yes! Can it detect food like in the commercials? Can I eat this?
Yes, you can eat the mandarin orange.
Yes! Unless it's a tomato and you hold it so I can't see the stem, in which case it thinks it's a red ball.
It's a red ball. No, you cannot eat it.
Oh, what are you, my mother? I'm eating the red ball.
Not safe to eat the red ball. Please reconsider.
Can it prevent me from eating too much salt?
No, you cannot eat the salt directly. It's meant to be used in small amounts to season food.
Yes! Can I buy things like in the demo? What is this book? Okay, by this point I probably just could have read the title.
It's titled The Sneetches and Other Stories.
How did it know? Okay, buy it.
Purchasing is not supported.
No! But most importantly, can this AI be sweet to my dog?
You can be sweet to the dog by petting it gently, giving it treats, speaking to it in a calm and soothing voice.
I'm happy to report that yes. Yes, it can. It's a good boy. And here's a treat. Good boy. You know what? Now this isn't so bad. This is just petting a dog. This has nothing to do with the AI pin. Does anyone want to buy this from me? It's
really good. Over the past few months, Mark Zuckerberg has been hopping on the AI bandwagon hard, adding AI features to all of Meta's apps, most notably perhaps in Instagram, where you can't even go to the search bar without Meta's AI trying to suggest searches to you. Sorry, do you think that I came to the search bar because I knew I wanted to search, but I didn't know what for? That's not how searching works. They've also released a bunch of chatbots in Instagram. I like using the word release there because it kind of sounds like a tech product is being released onto the world, but it also kind of sounds like they're unleashing a horde of monsters upon us. They've released the AI chatbots! Oh fuck, that one looks like Mr. Beast! This is really awesome, you know? Personally for me, one of my favorite things about social media is that it started out as a way to connect with each other, but ended up extra giggly. Hey look, it says all those things on Google too. That's crazy. I didn't have to make this video at all. Now that I know what it's supposed to feel like, I guess I could say it's possible that I really did get hypnotized to stop biting my nails too. I just didn't understand what it was supposed to feel like. But I still don't know that I recommend it for the $450 I ended up paying, especially when there's a bunch of free hypnosis sessions on YouTube you could probably just try. Damn, I can't believe I'll never bite my nails again. Thanks for watching, guys. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Please Stop Trying to Give Birth at Disneyland. Please. Did you guys know about this? I just found out this is a thing. Women are trying to give birth at Disneyland in order to get a free lifetime pass. Don't do that. As I'm sure you guys are aware, because Disney is such a huge company with so many adoring fans and people love going to Disneyland, there are a ton of like urban legends and lore surrounding the Disney parks. You guys may have heard of some of the more outlandish ones, like there's one that like Walt Disney's head is like frozen and buried somewhere at Disneyland or something, or like it's like Buzz Lightyear's head on the Toy Story ride or something like that. But today I wanted to sort of dive into some of the urban legends surrounding the Disney parks. Mostly the strange things that Disney adults do at the Disney parks. Although some of these things are so weird that I hesitate to call these people Disney adults, some of these things are a little extreme. Kind of feel like I should call them something else. These people are like Disney extremists or something, I don't know. The first one, like I said, women flock to Disneyland to give birth and get a lifetime free ticket. Which is such a bad idea on its face. Like, please give birth in a hospital, give birth where there are like medical professionals around and not like a chipmunk. And the worst part of it is obviously this perk is an urban myth and does not exist. This is not a real thing. Laboring women have shown up at Disneyland in the hope that their bub will be born there and get a lifetime free ticket. But guess what? That perk is an urban myth and does not exist. Important to note, this article is Australian. That's why they're calling the baby bub. They're talking about a baby there. They're not talking about like a bottle of champagne or something. I'm going to Disneyland and giving birth to that bubbly dude, which is also what I call having a fart. I just gave birth to a bubbly. As a veteran of the pregnancy game, I know for sure that the journey to motherhood, okay, that's a weird way to say I've given birth before, or just that I am a mom. As a veteran to the pregnancy game. So you have kids, right? Me? Yep, yeah, that's right. I've done 3 tours of pregnancy. I've seen shit you cannot imagine. The pain, the screaming. Yeah, I've heard childbirth can be pretty tough. The innocent lives lost. Oh. What? The airstrikes. So many civilian casualties. Are we still talking about giving birth? Yes. Laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates in hopes that if their baby is born there, they will secure their child a lifetime pass. Okay, so the article goes on to describe that there are people that have given birth at Disneyland before, and people have tried to replicate it and give birth at Disneyland, and they've gotten caught, and it hasn't gone well. I do feel like the article is over-exaggerating, though, saying that laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates. Like, pregnant women have, like, the baby already coming out and they're shoving it back in, like running into Disneyland. There's just like a crowd of angry mothers-to-be banging on the gates in front of Disneyland. Let us in! We must release our spawn! Like making a break to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride to do a water birth. I just feel like they're exaggerating a little bit. I don't know if I would characterize it quite like that. So you're probably wondering how this rumor started. Like, did Disney ever at one point give a lifetime pass to someone whose baby was born at Disneyland? Well, I will let this TikTok explain that.
Today in Disney history, the very first Disneyland baby was born. Rosa Salcedo gave birth to a 6-pound, 10-ounce baby girl on a bench on Main Street, USA, right outside of the Plaza Inn. Can you imagine visiting Disneyland as a family of 2 and coming out as a family of 3?
Yeah, I can actually. But not because I'm gonna give birth. I'm gonna kidnap Donald Duck. You're my child now, Donald. The perfect happy family of 3. Husband, wife, and my uncle Donald Duck, who I've been holding at gunpoint for the past 16 years.
There have been 4 babies born at Disneyland, and all of them have been girls. But only one has their own Disneyland birth certificate.
So that might not have sounded significant, but that's actually how the rumor started. The first baby that was born there, Teresa, got a birth certificate that was just like a Disney birth certificate that says like, this is the first baby to ever be born at Disneyland. And I guess like word got out that this baby got some kind of special certificate, and then people just started assuming like, oh, that's a lifetime pass. That baby got a lifetime pass. And from that moment on, has just been a rumor that if you give birth at Disneyland, your baby gets a lifetime free pass. So honestly, if you're like that big of a Disney fan and you do this, you don't even get a lifetime pass. You still have to pay to go to Disneyland. It's just your baby that gets in for free. And I kind of feel like babies get in for free to Disneyland anyway. Is that true? Children under the age of 3 get in free to all 4 theme parks and 2 water parks at Disney World. There you go. You want your kid to get in free to Disneyland? A better conspiracy would be just pretend they're 3 years old for their entire life. That shit could actually work. The article goes on to talk about a time where someone has tried to sneak in to give birth at Disneyland, and they hid in the bathroom while going into labor until I guess employees had to like assure her that her baby would not be getting a lifetime pass, and then she was like, oh, okay, fine, then I'll just go to the hospital. Once they assured her that she would not be receiving a lifetime passport, she came out and accepted the ambulance ride to Western Medical Center where her baby was born shortly thereafter. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of sounds like she failed the test. If you know anything about Disneyland, you know how well the cast members there, all of the employees, all the staff, all the people in costumes are trained to like respond to every circumstance. It sounds like you just entered the giving birth at Disneyland experience, and honestly, you didn't make it to the end where you get the prize. It also says that this discussion board, The Laughing Place, has some hilarious forum chats about this topic. So I guess other people have been like sharing stories about this happening on this forum, but when I clicked on it, it turns out that it doesn't exist anymore, which kind of sucks because I wanted to find out more times that this has happened, but honestly, it is probably for the best. Kind of sounds like they were talking about some pretty sick shit in there. You think you're gonna go to a Disney forum and see people talking about like, my favorite movie's Coco, but instead you see people talking about like, I'm gonna give birth inside of Pluto's house. I'm gonna go to Disneyland and get fucked by Goofy, and then Goofy's gonna be the father of my child, and I'm gonna give birth on It's a Small World. And I'm gonna make Elmer Fudd cut the umbilical cord. Is Elmer Fudd a Disney character? I actually don't think he is. But he's gonna be there anyway. And then me and my freak mutant, half goofy, half human child will both get lifetime passes. Free pass for life for my little freak. Passes or not, being born in Disneyland is a pretty cool claim. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. The way this is written, it kind of makes it sound like, so you might not get a free pass, but I don't know, it's worth a shot. You might want to do it anyway, just for shits. I've actually found a little bit of discussion about this on TikTok as well.
Quick question, what's stopping me from giving birth in Disney World? Like in the Magic Kingdom, on a ride, in the Epcot ball?
I think this TikTok in particular is a joke, but the comments under this TikTok are actually very interesting. I went into labor at Disney. They were not cool about it. And people like responded asking her to elaborate, and she goes on to detail her experience going into labor at Disney. And from her experience, it kind of sounds like the second anybody starts going into labor at Disney now because of this conspiracy, the entire staff immediately flips and like makes it their top priority to get you out of the park and like to a hospital to give birth. And I guess that sometimes they can be so rushed trying to get you out of the park that it comes off as rude, but obviously they're just like concerned for your health. They also don't want this rumor escalating of like people giving birth getting a free pass. And also it's just like people in sweaty mascot costumes trying to not deliver a baby because that's not their job. So sometimes I guess it comes off as rude. But the funny thing is, from this woman's entire explanation, it sounds like she didn't even know that this urban legend was a thing. So in her head, I guess she just like broke some unspoken rule at Disneyland that she had no idea about and made the entire staff of the happiest place on earth turn on her in an instant, which is so funny to me. Hello there, what can I get for you? Yeah, can I just get a medium root beer, please? Oh, great. Oh, great, another guy here to put his balls in the root beer. What? Hey everybody, this guy right here's about to pull out his big fat balls in front of everyone, in front of a bunch of children, and put his balls in a glass of root beer. Why would I do that? Don't play dumb. I'm not playing dumb, I am dumb in this situation. You've clearly heard that if you put your stupid fat balls— Why do you keep calling them fat? In the root beer at Disneyland, you get to spend the night with Minnie Mouse. Oh, what the fuck? No, I just wanted some root beer. Is that true? No, it's an urban legend. But no matter how many times we tell people it's not true, we still get perverts like you coming to Disneyland, ordering root beer just so they can put their stupid— Don't call them fat— balls
holes in it! Oh, come on, man, don't cry.
I already am.
Why do you still sell root beer if this keeps happening?
Because if you shit in the root beer, you actually do get a free fast pass for Space Mountain.
Okay, I don't want to put my balls in root beer, and I definitely don't want to shit in the root beer, okay? I legitimately just want to drink some root beer.
Oh. Sorry, my bad, man. I didn't know.
Okay, well, that's literally what I asked for, so...
Here you go.
Ah! What the fuck is that?
It's Walt Disney's head. You said the secret code, so here's his head.
No! Root beer! What? I wanted root beer. I wanted to drink root beer.
So no head?
No!
Overall, pretty disappointing that anyone actually believed this in the first place. In what world would Disney want to foster an environment where mothers are coming into their park, their theme park, to try to give birth? Especially if they're not like billing it back to the person that gave birth and being like, okay, here's your hospital bill, and because it's Disney, it was $1 million. Now, by now, it should be no surprise to you that there are some people in this world that want to spend every waking moment of their lives at Disneyland, especially their most precious moments in life, which is why you can also get married at Disneyland.
Let's take a look at some of the craziest places you can get married at Disney World. Starting at $12,000, you can get married at the Haunted Mansion in Disney World.
But just like expecting mothers trying to sneak into the bathroom to pop out a quick person, couples are of course also trying to cheat the system and avoid paying to have their wedding at Disney. So they'll just like sneak in with like themselves, maybe a couple family members and an officiant, and just like have the wedding in like a somewhat secluded area of the park. Here we have an article that details a San Diego couple sharing their secret Disneyland wedding story. Not many people can say they secretly got married in Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle. 2 years ago, Gabriel and Andrea had been saving up for their dream wedding at Disneyland. However, when they began looking for wedding options at the park, the couple said that the cheapest option was $12,000. Instead, they decided to spend their life savings on a house. Great move, honestly. No complaints so far. That's a very wise choice. So Gabriel and Andrea decided to have a secret wedding at Disneyland. The couple gathered Gabriel's oldest daughter, an ordained minister, a witness, and packed their bags, heading for Disneyland for what they called a guerrilla-style wedding. Now, I don't know much about weddings. I've only had one, but I do know that you don't generally want to have them guerrilla style. Like when we were planning our wedding, that word almost never came up, I don't think. Just imagining them describing their wedding afterwards, like, yeah, it was so romantic. We hid in the bushes for 8 hours in the hot Florida sun wearing camo paint, waiting for the crowds to die down. You know, just sort of waiting out the crowds and the gunshots, the airstrikes.
Airstrikes?
Then we popped out and I said I do. Happiest day of my life. Here's my favorite picture of the big day. Now buckle up because this next urban legend is about to get nasty. Quite literally, this is disgusting. Like I said, the most devoted Disney fans would probably spend forever at Disney if they could, but maybe they can. For years and years, the Haunted Mansion has been the home to an endless supply of Disney myths and legends. But the attraction's most prevalent and persistent rumor is that guests regularly spread the remains of their friends and family inside the ride. This can't be true though, right? It is 100% true. Yes, that is right, and I don't want to bash anybody's final wishes. I know that that's a very personal thing, but spreading human remains in a public place that people are like walking around and touching? Please don't do that. Or you know what, I should say, you know, because I feel bad for people who are just trying to honor their dead relatives' wishes or whatever. If you're alive still and you're watching this video and that's gonna be in your will, please take it out. Don't make people do that on your behalf. Honestly, I am a little relieved that people are sticking to like spreading ashes at least, because there are a lot of different ways to dispose of a body. It was actually my grandpa's greatest wish to be laid to rest at Disney. Oh, that's sweet. You're gonna scatter his ashes around at the park? Not exactly. The Haunted Mansion probably has so much human ashes in it, it's not even funny, said one Disneyland custodian. Blah! That is the nastiest thing. Oh my god. Don't do that. Do not do that. Please.
People scatter their loved ones' ashes in the Disney parks monthly. Can you imagine just like being on a ride and the person next to you is dumping out ashes? Disney employees are literally aware of this too. They have to follow special protocols every time this happens. The custodians are used to identifying and vacuuming up these ashes.
I don't know why I was surprised to hear they vacuum them up. Of course they do. It's a literal human corpse, basically. Of course they get rid of it. The people who are like requesting this happen to their bodies must know this, right? They must know that some custodian custodian that does not willingly work in like a morgue or something is going to have to take care of that. This sounds awful for everyone. If you're the custodian, you have to vacuum it up, but if you're the person that just lost someone you care about, you have to know that they're just gonna vacuum it up. They might even make you watch. They have you come identify all the places that you scattered the remains, and then they just like make eye contact with you while they're vacuuming it up. This is going in the garbage now. We're gonna throw this in the garbage now. Say bye-bye. So when you're laying them to rest in the happiest place on earth, you're actually condemning them to forever in the suckiest place in the world. Yes, that is a very funny joke.
And people will put them anywhere too. Like flower beds, bushes, the lawn at Magic Kingdom, outside the park gates.
Outside the park gates? They'll put this shit anywhere too, you know, outside the park gates, on the highway on the way home, the McDonald's across the street, Universal Studios, shit anywhere. It doesn't really matter. I feel so bad for the employees that have to deal with this, honestly. That would be so scary. Honestly, even as a patron, you know, I honestly like going to Disneyland every once in a while. I think it's pretty fun. But next time I go, I am going to be terrified that I'm like touching human remains at all times. Especially now knowing that they put them everywhere. I'm gonna be eating a turkey leg and wondering like, is this actually some guy's leg?
They're most frequently dispersed around the Haunted Mansion, which is kind of perfect if you ask me.
Okay, this girl's actually a little bit too into it. But now this whole ashes thing, which is not really an urban legend, is actually true, has actually spawned urban legends out of it, as you can see here.
Have you heard of the legend of the crying boy at the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland? The story goes a mother spread her son's ashes without permission from Disneyland, and you can see him crying as you're exiting the ride.
Spooky. I wonder why he's crying. Maybe because his ashes are in a vacuum. Maybe because he was a little boy and his mom spread his ashes in the scariest ride at Disneyland. The mom was like, yeah, my son used to love this ride. Every time we would get on it, he would be screaming and crying and shaking because he was so happy and excited. So I decided this is the perfect place for him to spend the rest of eternity. In a rundown castle of pure terror. It's what my darling little boy would have wanted. All in all, it seems to me that Disney, this giant corporation that owns like every media property known to man, has their grubby little fingers wrapped around people a little bit too tightly. It's like you already have every movie and TV show. Do you really need people like begging to spend their entire lives at your theme park also? But even still, with people spreading their loved ones' ashes at Disney, people trying to give birth at Disney just to get free tickets, Disney is still trying their best to immerse you in their parks as much as possible to make you never want to leave. Recently, Disney opened up the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which is a Star Wars hotel and experience. I think it's like a 2 or 3 day long experience where you are like in this hotel. There's like a story that you have to follow about shit going on around you. It seems very immersive, and to a pretty big Star Wars fan, honestly, it sounds pretty cool. But it is also $5,000, and instead of windows, your room has a screen that just shows a video of outer space playing. So, you know, just keep that in mind that you might go insane while you're in this place. With no concept of night or day, you just have to adhere to the Star Wars pre-approved activities. There's like stormtroopers patrolling the halls at all times. It's kind of like they wanted to build a Star Wars hotel, but they built a prison instead. I read through some of the Google reviews for this hotel. It's only been open for a little bit, so there's not that much to go off of. And honestly, there are a lot of 5-star reviews of people who seemingly really enjoyed it. I did think that this review was really funny. This person gave it a 1 out of 5, and they said, thought the experience was fun, but not worth the price. There are too many missions to keep track of, and you are always missing something. It kind of seems like they got like too immersed in the story and like started to believe that they really needed to complete these missions. This sounds more like the review of a disgruntled employee that like works on a spaceship. There are too many fucking missions, man. There's too much shit to do. The hyperdrive is gonna fail, and I need to fix that, not to mention the First Order's breathing down my fucking neck trying to get me to give away the location of my comrade. This place is fucking stressful. I think my favorite thing I've seen come out of this Star Wars hotel is this apparently now deleted ad for the experience that says strike unlikely alliances in your very own Star Wars story. Apparently when you come in, you can decide if you want to be like on the good side or the bad side. So this, holy shit, this place is metal, dude. This goes hard. It's crazy to me that you actually can choose to be on the side of like the evil intergalactic fascists, basically. You and your preteen daughter can don First Order uniforms and betray one of your favorite characters' trusts Chewbacca, giving away his location and leading the First Order directly to him, who will take him away to be tortured and then eventually executed. It might be a little too immersive. It might be. We're gonna start hearing people come back and you're gonna be like, how was your trip? You went to the Star Wars hotel, right? And they'll be like, the guilt over my actions will haunt me forever. But I did what I had to do. It was honestly fucking sick. I loved it. And honestly, like, if someone offered to bring me there for free, would I go? Yes, I probably would. Yeah, honestly, I would like to go 100%. I would like to go. And as if living in an intergalactic life is curated by Disney. Oh gosh. I feel like we have so much chemistry together. Me too. This has been great. This date was a lot of fun. I really haven't connected with anyone like this in a long time. Fantastic. How likely would you be to recommend this experience to a friend? What? On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate my performance? Performance? I thought you were just like genuinely interested in me, like romantically. Oh, perfect. So a 10 then? I really opened up to you. And you opened up to me. That's all just part of the story living experience. It's Disney magic. So that whole story you told me about how sad you were that you had to release your pet into the wild because it had grown to be wild. That was the plot of The Fox and the Hound. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Thank you for riding Disney's Love Connection. Please make sure you pick up all your belongings as you exit the ride.
Are you an animatronic?
Please do not try to fuck any of the animatronics.
Are you
on your
all
way out, and
animatronic?
have a lovely day here at
Am I the only
Disney
person that
Stories
lives here? Anyway, that's the end of the video. It's time to talk about our sponsor. What's up? It's me, a hacker, and I'm so excited to steal your data because you don't have today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. You see, sending data over an unencrypted network is a lot like sending a postcard. There's no envelope to cover up your info and protect your sacred message. So any old creep with a little bit of basic computer knowledge and a little bit of free time can come along and check out all of your private information. I'm talking passwords, financial details, hell, emails. I'm gonna look at all of it. I'm doing it right now. Hey guys, I was just kidding. It's just me, Danny. Well, I wasn't kidding about most of it actually. Just the part about me being a hacker, but the rest of it is true. Oh, there's not enough light on my face now. Can I just sort of illuminate my face with this? Luckily, today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, is here to help. Because ExpressVPN encrypts all of your network data with their best-in-class encryption. It would literally take a hacker using a supercomputer billions of years to crack this encryption. ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds out there. They've got 24/7 customer support, and ExpressVPN is extremely easy to use. You can fire it up and get connected with just one click. I've got ExpressVPN on every device that can have it, just to have a little bit of extra peace of mind when I'm out and about, especially on public Wi-Fi. So if you want to find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free, then head on over to the link in the description. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Thank you, ExpressVPN, so much for keeping us safe, but also sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. When you click on the link, it really helps to support my channel, so thank you for that. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my army here on YouTube. We are a ruthless army.
Fucking need this. It's so crazy to me.
Yeah, you can't even tell in the ad how big this device is.
And I'll be honest, the ad, it makes it look huge. Like I'm looking, and maybe it's just because it's on a projector screen.
Yeah, I would guess it's like, honestly, it's like this big.
Yeah, wait.
According to Spotify, their decision to delete the car thing was part of our ongoing efforts to streamline our product offerings. That's actually so crazy. I did not even think a company could do that. Can they do that with any product? You buy bread at the store and the bread company comes to your house and takes their bread back and is like, we're streamlining bread. Better luck next time. Anyways, you guys should go check out Jake's video on it as well. It goes much more in depth and he's really funny. But I think it's safe to say that that's gotta be the worst car thing ever, right? Well, in 2019, Tesla announced its first pickup truck, the Cybertruck. When it was announced, Elon Musk made it very clear that they wanted to do something different with the pickup truck genre, creating a more post-apocalyptic looking vehicle that you can drive around in with your cyberpunk goons. We've all got some. And they've got to get to soccer practice. But after years of delays and the truck finally becoming available for much more than Elon Musk initially estimated, owners have now been united with their trucks, and it is full of safety problems.
My Tesla Cybertruck has 3 official recalls involving the wiper blade motor, the accelerator pedal, and this little plastic part right here just flying off as you're driving.
And I just so happen to have rented one. I tried to remain optimistic when I picked up the Cybertruck, and at first everything seemed fine. It looked like a marvel of engineering, you know? Big, sharp, the windshield wiper was humongous. But other than that, honestly, things seemed pretty normal. Until I started driving the car home. On my way home with the truck, I started to notice that nearly every person who drove past me was staring at me. People were gawking, mouths agape, some even took pictures. I was starting to feel like an animal trapped in some kind of cyber zoo. And things only got worse when I got home and finally got to do some research, only to find that people hate this truck. Owner after owner had been posting videos on social media of people peeing on their trucks in broad daylight. I didn't realize how strongly people felt about this truck, but I was starting to worry that they felt the same about the people on the inside of them. Should I be fearing for my safety? I know damn well that the windows aren't going to protect me. At the very least, I needed to make sure that I was not seen anywhere near this truck. I needed a disguise. I needed to become Neon Vortex. He's the coolest guy, and his pin's AI. Look at him go, what a little freak, it's Neon Vortex. So I've spent a decent amount of time with the Cybertruck now, and I've compiled a little list of pros and cons. So we'll go through that real quick so you can get a quick rundown of everything that's good / bad about the Cybertruck, just in case you need like a quick decision. You got your finger on the buy button right now, and you just need to know, Neon, should I buy this thing or not? Pros. The interior is actually pretty nice. I like the little ambient lighting that goes around the whole front of the cabin. Actually, I think it's in the back too. There's a little strip. The steering wheel has the turn signals on the wheel, which takes a little while to get used to, but once you are used to it, I think it's actually pretty nice. All of the materials on the inside seem pretty nice. Like the material on the roof liner is like a nice suede kind of thing. It's pretty spacious on the inside. It has ventilated seats. My butt's so cold. I changed my mind. This is a con. Okay, cons. There are several things in the car that are too small and shaped oddly. The steering wheel is like tiny. And then the rear view mirror is also tiny. And to make matters worse, while the tonneau cover is closed, which is the little cover on the back of the truck bed, the rear view mirror is completely black because there's a thing in the way. Another con, this thing is sharp. If I ran into somebody, I would slice them in half with this car. I also feel like it being made out of stainless steel might be bad for its crash test rating in general, but also the fact that it's so sharp means that opening and closing doors is kind of uncomfortable. Because this car doesn't have any door handles, the way you open it is you have to push a button, then the door pops open a little bit, and you have to kind of reach your hand into the space where the car door has opened and pull it open. But since this car is made out of like weirdly cut stainless steel, it's kind of sharp in there when you open it. It's an unpleasant feeling on the hand, and you never really feel like you're grabbing it in the right place. This truck is wrapped in a matte black color, and one of the reasons the owner said he wrapped it is because you basically just grab this thing all over to open it, and there were fingerprints everywhere. Also, changing gears is a pain in the butt. It's actually a little thing that you slide on the screen. If you want to go forward, you slide the little truck forward. If you want to go backwards, you slide it backwards, which is not a huge deal if you're just driving from one place to another, because how often do you really change gears in the car anyway? But the second you have to do any kind of 3-point turn where you have to change gears more than once, it is such a pain. Bug just landed on my eyeball. One thing that's sort of a pro and a con is the rivet in the accelerator pedal. You see, when Tesla first started shipping the Cybertruck, owners began to realize pretty quickly that after a short time of use, the plate on the pedal could come loose while you're pushing it down all the way, then slide up and get wedged into the car, effectively trapping the accelerator pedal to the floor. Luckily, since this car is electric, the brake pedal can fully override the accelerator pedal, so if you get into this situation, just stay calm, hold down on the brake, and hopefully by the time you realize that, you haven't plowed through like a school field trip or something. Anyway, since this started happening, Tesla has recalled all the Cybertrucks to put rivets in the accelerator pedal. So the rivet is a pro in the sense that now your car will not decide to keep accelerating forever until the end of time, but it is also a con because if it needed this rivet in the first place and Tesla didn't catch this very simple issue before releasing them, what else might they have missed?
Ooh, I know actually. Maybe the fact that the frunk chops fingers off. This is the frunk, or front trunk of the Cybertruck, and because it is super sharp and can close automatically, it is apparently basically a guillotine. When people with access to Cybertrucks started realizing this, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube were all flooded with videos of people testing it out with various fruits and vegetables, and it did not look good for the Cybertruck. Tesla took note of this and actually issued a safety update to the car's software fixing the issue. Kind of. The update led to yet another wave of videos, this time owners more confidently testing the frunk with their own hands. But what a lot of them didn't realize, however, is that the way Tesla fixed this issue is by making it so the first time you try closing the frunk, it closes very lightly, and if it notices any resistance at all, it comes back up, just how you'd want. But if you keep trying to close it after that, Tesla assumes, hey, maybe you've stuffed the frunk with a big bag, and you don't care if it closes a little bit harder, you just want the dang frunk closed. Surely someone isn't just standing there slamming the frunk on their hand over and over trying to prove their allegiance to Elon Musk. So when this Tesla nut Jeremy Judkins went to test out the new update, a little scared from how dangerous he'd heard it was before, he started out with his big sturdy forearm. Then he worked his way down to his hand, and finally his lone little index finger. Unbeknownst to him, the frunk was getting stronger and stronger every time until...
Everybody's been waiting for this, the finger. Without further ado, I feared for my finger for a second, not gonna lie. That's kind of bad.
Yeah, so I wasn't gonna test this out on my own hand, but I did try it with my shoe. Okay, I don't think that was enough pressure to slice my fingers off. I'm not gonna test that, but it definitely saw there was something there, recognized it, it thought about it for maybe a second and was like, do I wanna kill this guy? And then it said, all right, what the heck, we'll let you go. So that's nice.
All right, driving test. It's time to take this thing out on the open road and kill somebody.
One interesting thing right now is it says press to drive and it's showing a picture of the accelerator pedal. So I like that it kind of assumes that as a Cybertruck owner, you have no idea how to drive.
The experience of driving a Cybertruck is a little different due to its unique steer-by-wire mechanism, which means the steering wheel is actually not physically controlling the wheels. It's doing it electronically, which means that it can do things like turn more sharply when you're in a parking lot and less sharply when you're at highway speeds. It's a cool idea in concept, I think, but it definitely took some getting used to, and also, I don't know, like, was this really a problem before? I kind of liked that every time I turned my steering wheel, it turned the car the same amount.
First time I took a turn in this thing, actually every subsequent turn I took after that too, I was like, whoa, this thing is a bucking Bronco, man. This thing's trying to buck me right out of it. This is a wily gal. I've been saying it all day, even alone in the car on the way from the guy's house who owns this thing. I was just saying, yeehaw! This thing is a wild girl. Yeah, I definitely don't like how tiny the steering wheel is and how flat it is on the top. It just feels like wiggling it a little bit sends the car so far in one direction. You really gotta be 10 and 2 if that analogy even applies to a rectangle or a trapezoid. I don't know what this is.
I think it's like a hexagon.
As a passenger, how is this for you, Jake? Is it?
I would say I get motion sick in cars. I normally don't get motion sick in the front seat.
Please.
In this one, I am feeling a little motion sick.
No!
Sorry. It's a bucking Bronco, you know, what can I say?
She's a wild gal.
Imagine setting your phone here,
and you know, sometimes you slam on your brakes and the things in your car go sliding forward.
Imagine if something went sliding forward all the way to the front of this dashboard. There's no way
that you could ever get that back while you're driving. So if your phone was up there or anything important, you just gotta wait until the end of your drive to get it back.
Either that or you have to floor it so fast that it comes flying back and then you just sort of catch it like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Kind of feels like I'm in the weirdest Uber ever right now.
For Jake? Where you going, man? The future?
Strap in, buddy. It's gonna be a wild ride. And I don't know how to drive.
We got a little cyber hungry while driving around, and I figured that taking our wild gal through a drive-thru would be a perfect way to get an outside perspective on the truck.
Take me to a drive-thru. Command not understood. I'm hungry. This command is not available yet.
You're not allowed to be hungry yet in the Cybertruck. Hello, can I get one Butterburger cheeseburger?
Anything else?
That's it.
It's 906.
Thank you.
I like the Cybertruck, by the way.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm just renting it, actually, just for the day, yeah. I was thinking about getting one, so I just wanted to see if I liked it or not.
Oh, testing it out, right?
Yeah. Do you really like it?
They look nice, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Some people like it and some people hate it. I don't know if I really like it or not.
Futuristic.
Yeah.
Nobody has that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, though.
He looked kind of like he was gonna laugh at me when I first pulled up. He was nice about it, though. He said he liked it. Do you think he really liked it?
I may never know whether that guy really liked the Cybertruck or if he was just being polite, or worse yet, sarcastic. But while we were sitting in an empty church parking lot enjoying our meal, we were confronted again, but this time in a much stranger way. As we were sitting there minding our own business, a woman pulled up beside us and just stared into the car for a good like 30 seconds.
This is very confusing.
Just looking.
The windows of the truck are kind of tinted, so I didn't know if she could see us, but I was worried that she was like security for the church or something, and we weren't supposed to be there. So I rolled down the window to ask if everything was okay. And finally, she spoke.
Hello. How's it going? Yeah. Oh, sure, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I can show you. Yeah, of course. I'm filming a YouTube video right now. That's why I'm dressed up all weird.
So I showed her around the car for a little bit and she took a ton of pictures. Also, I had taken off my wig, so I looked even more insane, but she never questioned it. Then she told us that her grandchildren would love this. And they live pretty close by, so she asked how long we'd be there for. We said probably 10 minutes, and she said, 30 minutes? And we said, okay. And then we waited for 30 minutes while she went to go get her grandkids.
Yeah, of course. Come on over.
They did indeed love the Cybertruck.
What do you think? You like it? Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah? Cool.
We went all around it. They asked a ton of questions. Their grandmother kept telling them to wave at the camera.
So the back is a truck. It's got a truck bed in the back. Oh, a gaming room. That's a good idea.
I think this kid must watch a lot of Brent Rivera or something, because when he saw the back of the truck, he was like, oh my god, it's so big. You could fit a secret gaming room back here. And then when he saw the front, he was like, oh,